What's up, crew? How we doing, y'all? What up? Happy Monday. It's slow Monday, bro. Slow Monday. I've not taken a single trade, ladies and gents. Oh, I need to actually get a trading screen up here. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Boom. So it's been a morning of me doing nothing, pretty much, chat. Yo, homie, what happened to your head? Guys, the hair's dark. The hair's dark. Isn't that crazy? I'm no longer a blondie. No longer a blondie. That Eminem comment got you. Oh my gosh. You're too funny. Bro fell into a Sharpie. Y'all are too funny. Fire squad put out 3 people. Yeah, guys, reminder, we're going to have Maple on 2 p.m. Eastern. Going to be a great time. Talking about CBC, talking about his strategy. Going to be amazing. I'm on my dark triad shit now, guys. The dark hair. The drapes now match the Yes, they do. Sell it all. Jordy dyed his hair, bro. This is the top of the market right here. Rip to the Cali looks, yeah. Bye-bye. I'll dye it back one time. In the future, don't worry. I'll dye it back. For now, though, we're going dark hair. It'll be good for my Halloween costume, too. Need to sell shirts with the new do. Yeah. Shit, I can't do anything on my computer. Got to do it here. Yeah, guys, we're just ripping. I mean, gap up 200 points into all-time highs on a Monday with no news. Nothing for me to do. So I've just been chilling. Haven't done a single thing. No, I'm a vamp. I'm a vamp, Tommy. So the dark hair helps, you know. Tomorrow it will be green hair, and that'll be my sign to load calls. Yes. You wait. The day I get my hair dyed green, markets never stopping going up. Promise. You're going to be Edward the Scissorhand. No, sir. More like Damon Salvatore. You guys got any tickers to drop? What do we got? Jordy just watched the Twilight series. Oh boy, I've binge watched that so many times, bro. It's insane. Guys, Tesla, guys, Hood. You remember Hood? Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I bought right on the open on Friday, or on Thursday. It was, yeah. I sold it all Friday into these highs, and then we gap up into these highs that I have marked as well. If we run through this, it's all-time highs. It's back to all-time highs for running through this area. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. Can you check INTC? Yes, I can. Hood to 200 by Christmas. Love that. And then we'll check on IREN as well. INTC. Oh, zoom out. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so INTC has been doing really good. Only issue I have with it is we're tapping the top of this bearish for value gap on the monthly. And we're continuously tapping it and not able to get over it. So if we end up not being able to get over this level and we keep on rejecting it, I fear we might have a little bit of a dipski to this area. That's where I'd be looking. So expect us to have to dip towards this 33 bucks to maybe even 28 if we cannot get above this. If we get above this, I think you're going to get into these monthly highs, 45 bucks, 46, what's this, 51.50. That's what I'm looking for there. Hi, Dark Jordan. This is fun. I like this. This is fun. This is funny. Yeah, look at Iron. Yeah, Iron's just flying. Gosh, has had a little bit of a pullback. Held bullish order flow. Continuing to respect bullish order flow. This looks like it just wants to go back to highs as long as you don't respect this. Just gotta get back over this spot here, in my opinion. You clear that 66.50, you can definitely trade back to all-time highs. This might be an issue, though, if you can't get over this. NVDA to 200 this week. Where is NVIDIA? Ooh, very possible. Very possible. What's the standard deviation running? Oh, yeah, very possible. So this was a manipulation leg. You see we manipulated these lows, swept out all those lows there, holding bullish order flow this whole time. So that's my manipulation leg there. I marked that day on standard deviation. Standard deviation takes us here. So above all-time highs, I like it to 200 for sure. 200, 201 to 190, 750 is a spot. This is like the reversal zone. So yeah, looks good. Looks really good. Zeta. Oh, Tesla's mooning. Say less, my bro. It's insane. Let's take a look at Zeta. I don't know if you were telling me to look at Zeta or telling me I look like Zeta. But either way, we'll look at the ticker. Yeah. I like this. You just ran through monthly bearish order flow. You just got a monthly change in the state and you're back testing that. You're back testing monthly order flow. I really am pretty damn bullish on Zeta. Very bullish on this bigger time frame. Very bullish. Change in state delivery. Inverse for value gap. Bullish for value gap, creating displacement through the change in the state. Extremely bullish. We can run standard deviation on the manipulation leg. Could even do that. Reversal zone takes us to all-time highs. Right, it's all-time highs, yeah, all-time highs. -4 on standard deviation takes us to 48.82. Very bullish on Zeta. PLPC. Ooh. This looks like it just wants to run, huh? Yeah, a little daily consolidation. Holding daily bullish order flow, though. Looking great as long as you continue to respect bullish order flow. And then our Tesla, of course, my Sheila. Look at her go. She's deliciously close to all-time highs. Damn. Right there. She's right there. Where did I? Uh-oh. Josh sending me messages about my dark hair. Frickin' whale. Whale's drawing inappropriate things on screenshots of my face. It's Batman. He's a very bad man. Oh, Tesla, you're so close. My net worth is about to get shot up if we go to all-time highs. Excited to see how the market reacts to Powell on Wednesday. I agree. Some things I'm looking at for you guys you can watch on NQ. So we have this new week opening gap. Boom. Giant gap. I think we leave this gap until FOMC. And I think on FOMC, we fill this gap, find some dip buyers at this gap fill, and then try and continue higher from there, which would look like this. Basically, we drop down to here. So we drop 360 points from where we're at right now necessarily. But that would be going into Wednesday. I would love for that to happen. That'd be a great trade for us. And then we'd be able to catch the bounce off as well. That's a bad whale. It's a very bad whale. No more blonde, I see. No more blonde, ladies and gents. No more blonde. It's all gone. I'm not a little blonde surfer boy no more. I was like waiting for everybody to know. This is when I turned the camera on. It was pretty instant. What's up? Yeah. Huge earnings day too. Oh yes. Huge earnings week. Here. Screenshot this. Send it to your friends. Get them on Earnings Hub. Because if you're not on Earnings Hub, what are you doing? You're losing. Like genuinely. Losing. But no, in all seriousness, a ton of earnings this week. Basically, I mean, majority of your favorite Mag 7 stocks are going to be reporting. Stacked up. Microsoft, Meta, Google, Apple, Amazon, Coinbase, Reddit, MSTR, Starbucks, Chipotle, Carvana. Everybody just saying, hey, here's our earnings this week and deal with it. And then on top of it, we have FOMC Wednesday, just to put a little cherry on top. Little cherry. Ridiculous. Always a crazy week. So we do have Maple coming on in about 40 minutes or so. We're going to deep dive into his strat a bit. Everybody should go to X right now. You should go to the Wolf Trading X. Let me bring it up. Everybody go to the Wolf Trading X right now. Go to this post. Like it. Repost it. Give it a little bit of a comment or something. Give a little comment. But yeah, stacked up earnings this week. Even next week, I think we got more. Yeah, next week's stacked as well. Just not as many Mag 7s, but you got Hood, Qualcomm, IonQ, a lot of names we've been trading recently. Duolingo, APP, ARM, SMCI, AMD, ANET, Rivian, Kava, Mara, McDonald's, Spotify, Shopify, Uber, Ferrari. Oh, let's go. Stacked up. Did you lose a bet? No, I did this willingly. You're funny. I need some more orange juice. Fuck. He scored the lowest in his fantasy league this week. Yeah, it's true. Because I don't even do it. That's why. I remember all the boys got me in like a fantasy league one time, and I just didn't do anything, and I still was beating people because I didn't do shit. It was actually a good strategy, honestly. No more Surfer Jordy. Now it's Creeper. I'm dead, bro. I'm just on my Dark Triad shit now, you know? That's so funny. Now I got to keep you guys on your toes. New hair color every month. Switch it up. Go crazy with it. Dude, I got to stop? No, please don't. I love the jokes. Please don't stop. You're making me giggle. I love it. Let me get back to the charts. Sorry, I know I'm just showing earnings. But there's not that much happening on the charts either. I mean, fuck. To be honest. Not really doing much. I think we'll get a short at some point. Like, I think you'll get some kind of short at some point. A little bit of profit taking, but I haven't seen the setup yet. I'm playing absolute bangers. I need to throw on a little bit of music for you guys. All right, there's a little bit of background music for you guys. Being very Halloween festive. Oh, yeah. At my bed. Got emo Jordy now. Yep. Paint the nails black and everything, or what? Start headbanging a little bit. Just play only heavy metal. Pretty much. Oh, wait. I need to post to Twitter. 1 second, guys. Sorry. All right. Now I'm giving everybody FOMO, saying rumor has it I changed my hair, but you got to come to the stream to see. Bum, 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 bum. ASTS news? Oh boy. I would love to go to Salem for especially like Halloween time, my birthday time. That would be amazing. Oh my gosh. One of these days. One of these days. I'd also love to go to what's it called? I forget. It's not important. What is important is ASTS news. Uh-oh. Was there news? I don't know if there was today or not, but either way, news or not, it's having a decent day, up 6.66%. Doing damn good. Why is NQ over here? It's supposed to be ES. It's wrong. Yeah, I mean, ASTS looking really good. You could dip more if needed, for sure. I wouldn't mind to see this dip a bit more. But you tapped bullish order flow on the weekly. You're respecting it. There's no reason for this thing to really need to trade lower unless it's just to like sweep these lows again real quick and trade into this area a bit more. But I'd be very bullish out of anywhere in this 67, this 56, 70 area. If we're getting under that, I mean, it's not exactly great. You want to be respecting this area, right? So if we're getting under that, not great. But really, things don't get invalidated until you're trading under this. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Although, if I'm looking for this to go back to highs, this isn't the momentum I want to see. I want to see more than this. But it's a decent start. It's not bad. He's from Cali. They're born with nose rings. I know, right? I actually didn't get this for like a long time. I waited a long time to get that. Oh no, I might try the ring. Right now I just do a stud. I might try the little ring now. I don't know. What are the tickers you guys watching? I was looking obviously at Hood. Banger trade we hit there. Absolutely banger. On HOG, actually, is what I was actually trading. We took it into these highs on Friday. I thought I was hot shit taking it into those highs, and then we just rip even higher into these highs. Should have held some, but it is what it is. I made some great money. Right now, today, I will tell you guys what I actually did take a trade today. Just not a trade on futures. I took a trade on NFLU. I bought this today. If you're wondering why, it's because we just took out monthly lows, May monthly lows, and we're tapping into monthly bullish order flow. You can do this on Netflix, the underlying as well. Same thing. Same exact thing. As long as we're respecting this area, I want to be long. We're not really dipping enough for me to want to dip into my long term or anything, but definitely dipping enough for me to want to get interested in some sort of swing trade. So I'm long 2x leverage Netflix today. I bought it today. I think I'm up a little bit on it. I'll look right now. Let's take a look. Hello. Can you load, please? I'm up a whopping 0.3%, 0.37% on it. So if you like it as well, you're not getting in much higher than me personally. Just letting you know there. You're basically getting in at the same spot I am if you like it as well. Wow, that's a really good song. BMNR starting to run. Evan's favorites. You know. Yeah, having a decent day. The gap up. Respecting bullish order flow. Again, I've told you guys over and over this weekly, as long as we're holding it, everything's fine. And even if we break under that, things are fine. It's just we're going to have to trade lower. If we get under this, we're going to have to trade to these lows, which is fine. That's 30% lower, $16 lower. It's a minor dip for something like BMNR. But as long as we're holding this, 58.84 to $46, no reason to have to go trade down here yet. So it's just a slow ride right now, choppy, but something will happen. Something will happen at some point. Reddit filled the gap, then got rejected. I might have to hold through earnings. When is earnings? Let's take a look. Is it this week? It is this week. This Thursday, yeah. Reddit. Let's take a look at the chart. Reddit. I don't know if you're trading calls or just the underlying. If you're trading calls and wanting to hold through earnings, it's surely going to matter. It's going to really matter about IV and how far out your contracts are. That's what's going to matter. Reddit's all right. It's getting delivery from big bullish order flow. Just needs to run through this spot here at 223.50, but I think it looks great. Looks fine. Nothing wrong with it. At least on the bigger time frame. Hey, what's up, Emp? This is what I was looking at on Reddit, though. As long as you're holding the spot, or as long as you get over the spot, I think it's fine. If you're getting delivery from big weekly spots, I mean, totally fine with me. I just think through earnings, right, it might be a little bit of a shit show, so you gotta be careful. 240 January calls. Oh, calls for January should be fine through something like earnings. To be honest, I don't know, Emp, maybe you can give your input on that, but if they're all the way out in January, I don't think you'd be too heavily affected. But I mean, you can still have a negative effect on your contracts, but it's not going to be near as drastic as close dated contracts. So coin looking spicy. Let's take a look. Coinbase. Been loving Coinbase. I know Emp's been loving Coinbase as well. He was loving Coinbase when it was down here. I can't mark it down here. Right now, I don't see many issues with it. Given this higher time frame, looks like we want to trade higher into these highs here. The only potential negative I see here is on this daily chart. We need to run through this area because this is bearish order flow that we're continuously respecting at the moment. So we need to run through that. Other than that, bigger time frame says we go higher. Everything about this bigger time frame says we go higher. I have no reason to be bearish. The only thing is we have to expect a little bit of fuckery here, especially after getting 2 gap ups into this area. You might have to endure a dip, a little bit of a dip ski before we go higher here, but we'll see. Coin is looking pretty spicy though. Gold finally selling off a bit, isn't it? So yeah, gold's interesting. I know gold has actually gotten a little bit of a sell-off recently. In my opinion, everything's extremely bullish still. Here's why. We're still respecting this. I know we're under it right now slightly, but the day hasn't closed yet. And if we're closing with no real displacement, then I don't care about it. So as long as we're respecting this, I still think we trade higher. Even if we don't end up respecting that, we have so much bullish order flow. I just can't get bearish. There's no way for me to get bearish when there's all these bigger time frame spots that we're going to be retesting. So I have to stay on the bull train for gold. Doesn't mean we can't dip more. We can. But I can't be thinking that this is turning around and completely reversing yet. I have no points of confidence for that whatsoever. Not on this bigger time frame for the real trend that's happening, So You think we sell this rally off in January? That's tough to tell. Especially like when you look at gold specifically, it's just, I think we can find dips. I don't think we sell off though, really. I mean, I think we can get dips for sure. Let me look at this monthly, 12 month. Something like talking about January is very hard to tell at this point in time, to be honest. What I can tell you going into 2026 is something about Bitcoin that I'm looking for, which I do have clarity for now. I want to see this candle close this year, and I want to see us retest this area next year. That's it. That's all I want to see. So that would mean this year's lows get swept. That means we retest 74.5. Maybe I'm crazy. Or maybe I'm a genius. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You don't think the economy isn't doing well, like bearish economic data? None of that matters to me. None of that has zero effect on what I'm doing intraday or my long-term investments. It just doesn't matter. It's noise. It's noise that gets you and I stopped out of positions. That gets retail stopped out of good positions. It's all noise. Could care less about it. None of it's important. I know that might sound like a shock to some. You don't care about the data. No. I don't care about FOMC data. I don't care about non-farm payroll data. I don't care about new home sales. None of it. I like to know when it comes out so I can expect volatility. Is it going to influence a single decision I make in the market? Not once. Never. Ever. Don't care about it. It's just irrelevant. When I backtest my strategies, am I sitting there going, oh my gosh, new home sales data, this and that? No, I'm just backtesting my strategy. Right. And so it's the same thing when I go to operate in the live markets. I'm not going to worry about data that is external from my strategy. I just trade price action. Exactly. We just trade price action. Agreed. I understand, but I want to buy shares not here at these highs. Totally get you. I agree with you. I wouldn't want to buy shares here either. And I'm not. Right. So unfortunately, we have to play the waiting game, which I played for a while. You saw back in tariff time, we got our dip. We got our dip in tariff time, but since then, we haven't really had a big 20% correction or anything. You know, this was it. This was it. So until I see something like that again, right, I'm not seriously buying dips. Unless it's, you know, a company that's just been relatively weak that I really like. And I'm like, oh, you know, compared to the market, this is done really poorly. I really like it here, blah, 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 whatever. But essentially what we got here, what was this on? Let's do SPY because SPY is more like relevant. SPY, we took a 21.5% dip. So where would that be right now? Oh boy, I gotta zoom out. So if the market were to do a 20% correction, I mean, we'd be down to 548 on SPY, about $100 down on SPY. Wait, no, sorry, about 120 or so, 130. So again, I mean, this is what I look for, right? And all the other times, I'm just either buying a small amount or chilling with the positions I have. I don't need to be buying these small dips up, right? Even though if you're doing that, DCAing, you've done extremely well. I personally don't. I trade the intraday, right? And then when we get these big corrections in the market, I take advantage of those corrections. Other than that, I sit on that cash, and unfortunately, it's a waiting game. I mean, it's what it is. But I'm with you. I wouldn't want to buy these highs either. I wouldn't buy these highs. Like, there's a reason I'm not doing it, and I like wouldn't tell you guys to do it. But historically, even if you did end up buying highs every time, you'd be so green. It's ridiculous on a long-term basis. But I get you. I wouldn't want to buy highs here either, and that's why in the meantime, you find ways to collect cash on the money that you have. Maybe it's income ETFs. Maybe it's just interest from your brokerage, whatever it may be. And you play the waiting game until we get real opportunity to take advantage of the companies we love. That's what we have to do. There's really no other option, or else the other option is you're buying at highs. You can, but like when we know the market does these cycles, there's no reason to buy highs, right? Not when you know even the best companies that you love will have these cycles and give you opportunity to actually get in at good prices. New here, does he take trades on live? I mean, I'm always down, but it's not going to be any trades today, I can tell you right now. I haven't taken a single trade all day, and I have no reason to put any risk on whatsoever today. So there won't be any live trades from me taken personally, but maybe from some other people in our crew that might hop on in a little bit. I will not be taking anything, though. No reason. Yeah, agreed. Opinion on buying iron here. I looked at iron earlier. I don't think I was. Yeah, I don't think it's a buy here. I think if you're trading it, though, and you're already in, you need to get above the 66.50 to get to all-time highs, or else you might be respecting this area to get a bit of a dip back going. If we're respecting bearish order flow, there's potential to go lower, but I would like to see us run through this because iron's been very strong. What's up, Casey?
What's up? What's up?
What up?
Got a potential W double bottom on IWM here, intraday 5 minutes. So watch this.
Tommy, you don't want to get chopped up at all-time highs? Why not, right? Yeah. I'm good. You guys hear me almost every morning, and I'm like confident, and I'm like, oh, we're going to London highs. I'm fucking playing this. I'm long, this and that, whatever. This morning is not that morning, as you can tell. I've not been in a single position. The only thing I took was the 2x leverage Netflix, which is slightly green. Barely moving at all. So, yeah, chill day. Chill day for Jotty. You made some moves, though. Right, Casey? You made some good moves.
Oh, yeah.
Good shit. Love to hear it.
Yeah,
I just didn't have much opportunity for me personally, but that's all right. It's Monday. No rush.
Yeah, I mean, I just now looked at Qs for the first time like an hour ago. And
it was not the place to be trading today. It was either Tesla, Hood, some of the names you were trading.
Yeah, QCOM was the big one this morning that we all
QCOM
kind of annihilated because we were in swings, and then I trimmed out the swings. And then when I trimmed the swings, I rolled some of that profits into October 31st calls. Those went like 50 to 100%. Then they went to like fucking, I think they went like over 2,000%. But I didn't stay in for that full ride. But
yeah, crazy move today.
It's been a good day. Ever since then, I've just been chilling.
Yep. Been looking at bull for a few weeks.
Bull? Oh, stay away.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, stay away from bull.
I don't like it. I'm so sorry. I just don't. I'll like it if this happens. But you can't predict this yet.
What's Google doing?
Google getting some movement. I'll throw it up.
It's getting some slow.
If we did a little bit of... Oh, I know that's ugly, but just bear with me. If we did a little bit of actual structure shift on this big weekly time frame and ran through bearish order flow, like, yeah, I'd be fucking interested when we were on this dip here before this. But she ain't there yet. She She's just we're playing with fairy tales and pixie dust right now. I don't know if I said that in any way correct, but I'm gonna roll with it. Casey, are those blue light glasses? Are they? I think they are, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah. Gotta have the blue light glasses on.
I have them right here, but they hurt my head with these headphones, so I don't wear them, and my eyes just rot. So it's great. I need to get like a thinner frame on these. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna get some OJ. I'll just keep it on NQ for a second. I'll be back.
Gosh, I need to clean my glasses. Oh. I went balls to the wall today on the small account challenge for the swing trading. My max I can do is like 5 trades on the account. I entered into 4 swing trades today, so we'll see. Trading some again different names that I don't normally trade. Path being one of them. Ticker HUN being one of them. Just all these crazy ones. Don't want to trade the Teslas, the NVDAs, the Apple, Amazon, Metas too much. Keeping those on the main account, but I like swinging these ones that a lot of people don't really tend to look at. These individual names. How do I change that? Ooh.
We're just cooking.
Weakness.
My long term is so stacked this morning. Holy shit. I bought some new companies. Believe it or not. Sheerly just following our man Hamid. You know Hamid, Casey.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'm sheerly just following him on some plays, to be completely honest. That man is so good. And so I was taking a small percentage of the long term and putting in some of his names. He's got, well, the 2 names that he had that were still in the red, that weren't like green hundreds and hundreds of percent that I would actually look to buy, were Rumble and Rivian. So I have a small percentage of those 2 now, but very small.
You say Rumble or Bumble?
Or sorry, not Rumble, Bumble. I apologize.
Bumble,
not Rumble, Bumble. I apologize. I'm up 10% on Bumble already. Dang it.
I've only traded it once.
But I'm surely just following Hamid. I have notifications on for him. What he does, I do in some of these. So I'm letting him do it for me. And then, of course, I have my Tesla and then buying QQQ that I buy. Occasionally, I'll put on a heavy hedge on SQQQ or something and try and make some quick money in the long term.
If anyone's in the UPS call swings with me still, the leaps for January 2027 off of $82. It is back at the top of that range today, over 89. Those calls are up over $100 per contract gain. So still looking good. This is the spot where it can get rejected. The chart looks completely different from the last time it tested into it because it was actually a bear flag when it tested into it. Now it kind of looks, you can articulate a bull flag right up here, but can lock in some gains on this swing if you'd like. Nothing wrong with the $100 per contract gain. My PDD
Rizzo's
138.
here. What's up, Rizzo?
Almost in the money.
Hey,
What's up, Rizzo?
hey, Casey. You dye your hair?
I did.
Oh man.
What, dude? I thought you were wearing a beanie.
No, bro.
Dude, what? Hold on, let me stand up. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't even, dude. I thought you were wearing a beanie under your headphones. Oh,
Homie
shit.
thought I was wearing a beanie. That's so funny.
Dude, I really did.
I'm dead that you thought I was wearing a beanie. That's so funny.
Oh, dude. Let's go. Is that your natural hair color, or is it usually lighter?
Oh
as your natural?
no, not natural. It looks pretty like in person too. It looks very normal though.
Yeah.
I know on
That's what I was
screen it
thinking.
might be a little like uncanny, especially because you all know me as like a blonde boy, so it's like shocking. But in person, it's very like I thought it was gonna look kind of like too fake. Looks very normal. I'm like, oh, all right.
You look more
Okay.
skater boy,
I
snowboarder
I look a little
now.
more like in a rock band.
Yeah,
Like
you got a little
skate.
bit. You look a little bit more edgy.
I'll
I
roll with
love
it.
it.
I like it. Now switching it up. It's winter time. We in our dark triad shit now, Casey. Jordy got a new wig. I love that emoji. That emoji is so funny. Tried to change the oil in his Tesla, and this happened.
Oh
Bro,
my
you're gonna make me
God.
choke and cry of laughter. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's what happens. Don't try it at home, kids.
What's Tessie doing?
Oh wait, guys.
She's cooking
Hit
new
pause.
highs.
By the way, we got Maple coming in 10 minutes. He's just gonna deep dive on the CBC strat. So you guys should
Let's go.
stick around too. We're just hanging out with him. White girl winner. What was I gonna say? Oh, we gotta run ones and twos and zeros in the chat. So if you're in the chat and you traded with us this morning, I did not trade, so I'm a big fat 0 in the chat. But if you're green on the day, throw a 1 in the chat. If you're red, throw a 2. If you've taken no trades or break even on the day, throw a 0 in the chat. We'll see how everybody's doing.
Where's everybody else's wolf shirt? Why am I the only one?
I don't have mine on, but
I'm the only one repping Wolf
you
Gang
are
right now.
are today. I'm so sorry, but I have my wolf hoodie right here.
Let's go. Oh, is that like a light blue?
Yeah, I got it special made for me.
Dude, I love that color.
No, but if you're ever just hit up Gav Casey if you ever want special colors, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I definitely
let
need a
him know.
wolf hoodie.
I got like the dark blue and then the light blue like that. And then I got like one of the navy blue like wolf tees where it just has wolf on the side right here. Super simple. And I got it in red. And then the normal black tees with the spaces like circle is dope. I love that one.
Dude, I saw that wolf.
I want to put that in gray though, low key. I feel like a dark gray would be good too with the spaces one that you're wearing, you know?
Yeah.
That's good.
I saw on X you got the square profile with the gold check mark now.
So we're gonna get everybody rolling with the badges too soon, I think. So
we'll
get that going.
You got like a wolf badge?
Yeah. So if you look at the wolf trading account, I don't have it on mine. I need to remove the badge that I have right now. But if you look at the wolf trading account, it has a wolf badge. We're gonna do that for all of us too. You don't see it on the wolf trade?
No. Oh
look
wait, wolf trade. I'm on Wolf Financial. Hold on.
Yeah, or look at Evan's account. Evan already has it too.
Oh, what the fuck? How do I get that?
We'll get you on. Don't worry.
Let's fucking go.
We'll that's dope. I actually, you reminded me. I have to turn mine off, which I don't exactly remember how to do. I need to do that.
Hell yeah, it's blue. I gotta have the badge.
Yeah, we'll get that going. Don't worry. The plan is to get like all of the creators that work with us probably on that.
Hell yeah.
So everybody's repping Wolf, you know? Which, by the way, guys, Let me put this on. Oh, who's here? Eva's here. Let me put this on your screen real quick for everybody. If you haven't already, make sure you guys are using code WOLF at any of these prop firms. Tradify, Alpha Futures, Top One Futures. If you're trading on Apex, just use WolfX as the code, and you guys can save some money. Obviously, you're supporting us as well, which we appreciate. But yeah, I'm always, whenever I'm buying accounts, I'm obviously using the code because you're able to save a little bit of money. And if you're buying in bulk, you know that it's worth it to save a few bucks. So make sure you guys are using those up. I think too, I think on your first use, the discount is higher. So maybe be careful on that a little bit. Like don't go just like blowing a ton of accounts, because I think the first accounts that you buy are like they have a bigger discount on them generally. So just keep that in mind.
Choose your accounts wisely. Good afternoon.
Eva,
Hello, team.
good afternoon or good evening. What time is it
Good
there?
evening. It is coming up to 6 p.m. almost. 5:52
Oh, yes.
in the evening.
Din time.
Everybody likes the wolf badges. Let's go.
I know,
Hell
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. I didn't.
Jordy, no
I didn't
makeup
even
today?
see
Yeah,
that.
no makeup. No makeup.
No makeup.
just hair dyed, bro. Just hair dyed.
Jordan missed the makeup and wardrobe session.
You need to get ready with me, Eva. Do a little get
Yeah.
ready with me.
Of course.
Oh.
Get ready with me with Ace the Kid edition.
I'll just vlog it from the
Yeah.
from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to clean my glasses.
Oh, so I hate this bull market. Yeah. Look at this bull market. Dog shit. No. Amazing. Amazing. Just like I can't do anything intraday with this today.
Oh, no,
So we let our
I got
long-term
shocked.
rip. We kick back with our feet up and enjoy, drink some orange juice and enjoy.
I need to build my Harry Potter Legos.
You have Harry
Need to
Potter
get-
Legos?
Dude, I just spent $500 on a bunch of Harry Potter Legos. And then
Okay.
I'm buying a big castle for Hogwarts and everything too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like $200. I'm gonna put that in the middle, but then I got a bunch of other ones I gotta build. Dude, I have the sorting hat, and the sorting hat, when you touch the top of the hat, there's a speaker in it. It'll actually talk.
Emp said check his timeline.
Uh-oh, what did he post? A meme.
Was it this Emp? Wait, the odds went from 5% to
Nancy
40% after
Pelosi.
this tweet. The odds of Nancy Pelosi being criminally charged this year are soaring. No way.
Oh wait, no, he said his name.
What?
The badge. Oh,
Oh, he's got the badge. I didn't even see it.
he's got. Oh, and he actually put his name on there. It says Ryan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Damn, I need to do that. I don't know how to take mine off. I need to take it off. I don't even know how to do that, to be honest.
I want the badge.
Oh,
I'm even
same
wearing the shirt. Look, I have the badge on my chest.
What? You guys got cool swag.
Swag.
Need a European edition.
I know.
I need to find where my glasses cleaner is at. Is it in here? No. What the shit?
Oh, some people have no idea what we're talking about. If you're on X, you go to Emp's profile. Basically, we have the official wolf badge now.
It's official. Gosh, dang it! Where's my glasses clear? Can't find shit around here. Oh, found one.
Oh, let's go. NA just became a member on the Wolf Trading account. Let's go.
Welcome.
Shout out to the crew. Welcome to the community. Let's go, baby. W's in the chat. Sheesh.
Much better.
Jordan, you remind me of Nelson Spaghetti. Oh, gosh. Oh.
There we go. That's better.
Tesla still moving? Still trying?
Yeah, it just hit 460, new high day.
Let her cook.
Is SPY getting rejected or a red candle?
Oh, bad.
What is it do? Oh, no.
Actually, all right.
No, she's
Pull back a little
flagging
bit.
out near the highs.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pulled back on the previous 2-minute candles. Q is still looking strong. Tick just fell underneath the 0 line. That's the reason why I was asking, but still looking good. I'll go try to go short. Got invalidated. Went long at 11:30. Not bad.
Why is Tesla moving so much? Well, if you look on the higher time frame, Tesla's trying to break out of this range. And if it does, it's going to be an even bigger move. If you look on the weekly, it's already started, really. And I think it's just, yeah, it had earnings. It's probably going to gun for all-time highs. I think
Someone
everyone's
said,
kind of looking for that
buy the
600
ship.
target.
Look at this. Someone said I should buy a ship. I absolutely fucking did. I got this giant ship that I'm going to build. We are going to put this together.
Why is Bruce Wayne in Jordy's chair?
Who said that?
Brent.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Where's Rachel? I don't know. Rachel.
Ooh, Wally World.
She's outside.
Rizzo's bored.
Yeah, Rizzo's bored with all-time highs, just everything ripping.
Yeah.
What's the long Walmart?
Where's Walmart?
Here, dude.
Back testing 105.
Not a horrible spot.
If you draw a fib from October lows, which is right at 100, to the previous all-time highs, your 50% retracement is at 104.73. Today's low is 104.60, so it hit it.
Nope. Need equilibrium. Oh, yeah. What is this, 104.70?
Yeah, and that's where it's bottoming out right now today. It's just chilling down there right now.
Did somebody mention the greatest company in the world? Well, yes, your favorite app. Rare Earths coming soon.
Is there any flow on this bad boy? Because I have one more trade I can take on the small account because I've already used majority of the cash on all the other ones. Let's see. Last but certainly not least, we might add Walmart. Let's check. Nothing crazy on the flow.
Any worries about the SNAP benefits affecting Walmart? What SNAP benefits? I'm unaware.
Nah, nothing interesting yet on the flow, but the chart looks good for a back test. Really tight risk to reward entry right here too.
GE, 2.5%.
Because
Not a
entering
bad
near
day.
105, even if you risked a whole dollar drop down to 104, the 382 and next level of resistance near 106, you're already at a 1-to-1 hitting that first target. But then after that, I mean,
Are you guys shorting? I haven't taken a single trade today. I think there will probably be some sort of short end today. Some sort of profit taking, but I'm not trying it now. I have zero confluence, zero reason to try and be short in this market. Not even one reason. So,
God, I just got an alert on Rivian. I didn't realize it was up that much today. Good for Rivian. We covered that last night on the stream near $13. It hit 12.97 this morning on the drop. Now at 13.61. 4-hour chart very strong at the top of the range now. Very strong daily. Beautiful weekly. Oh man. Do I swing Walmart or Rivian? That's the question. Do I go with Knots or EMP? Who do I trust more? Ooh. This is a tough one.
I just bought more Rivian the other day.
Someone said greatest company or a failing car company.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Ain't no shade.
Yeah.
Badass, ain't no shade.
I can take both. I'll just take one in the small account, one on my main account. I'll probably take Rivian on my main because I can sell carbon call to cash secured puts with the equity over there as well. I'll just have it all in one place. Dude, you can't lie. This 4-hour chart on Rivian is pretty sweet. Squeeze just flipped bullish too.
By the way, my check mark has gone on X momentarily because I'm switching badges. So just keep that in mind. Don't get fucking scammed. Don't get scammed. It's not me. Well, I don't have to journal today because there's nothing to journal. Well, I'll go ahead and mark it as a no trade day. Log day. No trade. Here, I'll do this on the stream so you guys can see a little bit of trade path too. Why not? Do I have that up? I don't. Let me bring it up.
I'm gonna take both. Both of them.
Both of them.
I'll take both of them.
All right, we're gonna go log day. No trade. Forever model. 2 trades max. Only trade AM session. No trades during lunch.
Discipline right there. I have to say,
yeah.
didn't take any trades on my funded accounts. I did get smoked on my evals, but they were due for rebill anyway.
Yeah. I need to screenshot just the range today at least so I know the range that I wanted to avoid. Perfect. Now we go ahead. Just add that into here. And that's an easy day. Just go. All right. Just a little bit of journal on obviously why I didn't trade today. 200-point gap up in all-time highs on a Monday with no news. Recipe for no trading. Happy with being able to sit back and not execute anything without feeling an ounce of FOMO. These days are just as important as my biggest days. I would argue, if not more important, because everybody's good at trading when price action is efficient and everything's going your way. But the day that it's not going your way and you're being forced to really test your abilities, whether or not you're going to overtrade or not, that's the days that really screw you up. So these days are very important, even though they look extremely boring. Probably the most important trading days that I have. So
Don't forget, UNH has earnings tomorrow morning pre-market for those that are in UNH.
Shout out to the chat. They're asking where Maple is. I think I see him.
I am texting him. Don't you worry. Just making sure he has the link. Oh, Mape sent me a DM. Oh, bet. Is that him? There he is. My man.
What's up? What's
Mapes. What's up, baby?
Yo, good afternoon, guys. What's up?
There he is. Good afternoon.
What's
How we
up? What's
doing?
up?
Hope y'all doing well.
Yes, sir. Here, I can, if you want to share your screen, because I know we're going to deep dive with you a bit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You
Yeah,
should be able to share.
Here we go.
I'll let you get up there. But yeah, y'all, kind of a slow time in the market, as you know. We all like to make our money early. So
Okay, can you guys see that? Is that working for you guys?
Let me see. Now it is. Boom.
Okay,
There we go.
sweet.
Let's
All
deep
right,
dive,
so,
brother. CBC,
Yeah, let's get it,
everybody
man.
hears CBC all morning, and I know a lot of people are still confused. They don't know what the heck's
Yeah,
going on.
here,
And I
let me
know I
get
used to trade it a
the
lot in the
link
past
sent
too.
out. I'll share it to the Discord real quick.
Yeah, get it to the Discord.
I learn better when I can actually see my teachers. So
This
I
specifically is like
yeah.
way better on screen, especially CBC, because like we've explained it in spaces multiple times, but
I need
to be able
Maple
to
to turn
see
his
it
camera
visually,
on.
yeah, it's just so much better. Oh well, Maple,
I gotta
do a
get
little
one done.
face reveal one day.
Let's
We'll get there. We'll
see.
get there. No, but take the floor, Mapes.
All
Feel
right,
free to
sweet. So there, I
defrag,
just
bro.
had to send that out to the Discord. Okay,
You're
so
good.
we got 10-minute CBC here on the left and a 3-minute chart on the right. So I'll go to my Doodles tab and we'll clear this out. Okay, so I'll just do a quick recap, kind of an understanding what is candle by candle method. I like to focus on these bearish and bullish engulfing in candles right here. You can see that they're highlighted. Once a candle closes beneath a previous candle low or closes above the previous candle high, right? That's a bullish engulfing or a bearish engulfing. That triggers a CBC flip. And I use this each and every single day to give me, intraday sentiment on each of these legs. All right. So we traded gold this morning. I can show you past, experiences and trades, but we'll show you what happened and how I traded and navigated through the market this morning. Okay. So watching gold here, this is slash GC. You can see 10-minute CBC flips. Now I'm excuse me. I'm of course asleep at this time, but just monitoring how price is respecting these certain key levels, and if it's moving, in a choppy form, like seeing a lot of, flip triggers here, or if we're getting some good continuation, right? 10, 20 points or so. And I can see prior to me logging on about 8:30, we got pretty good price action, the overnight Globex session. So when trading candle by candle method, typically when I see the CBC flip, I like to trail my stop loss. I use a mental stop. Otherwise, you'll get wicked out. But a mental stop loss trailing each previous candle low as long as price does not close beneath the previous candle low, right? So just kind of, trailing our stop loss along the way. And if this, then that kind of logical perspective on trading rather than, trying to achieve, I don't know, maximum efficiency through tight forms of risk, right? Like some traders on gold will get stopped out on 1 or 2 points, and I think that's way too tight rather than maybe sizing down and allowing the thesis to play out. So you can see here CBC flips bullish, and from the following candle low, price carries from 41.8 to the high there, right? That's 22 points. I'm not saying that you should get the absolute bottom and know the top, but I am saying that you can get at least half of that, right? And 11 points on gold is about $1,100 on one mini. Okay. So moving forward with this, right, you can see that you get another signal fired right there. 10-minute CBC flips short. Now, when the CBC flips, this tells me, now it's not a onset bias because I do have these checks and balances alongside candle by candle method using our EMAs and pivots. But when trading CBC and it flips in a certain direction, this tells me that I have higher probability of continuation on that given direction. So if CBC flips short, I should be trading a short. And when it flips long, I should be trading to the upside. Now, of course, we'll go over how to navigate through these flips here when it gets a little slow and choppy. But once 10-minute CBC flips short, there's two perspectives. Now, if you're a trader that can only monitor one chart at a time, one time frame, that's all you can handle, or that's just how you trade. I prefer to watch candle by candle method on the 10-minute most days. But 10-minute CBC flips, and I like to short when the candle is green. You guys will hear me on spaces many times, hey, 10 minutes green, good short opportunity, or 10 minutes red for a good long opportunity. So when and if you guys don't know this, if you're newer to trading or you're just starting out, beginning, once the candle pushes over the open, right, that candle's green, correct? So on the 10-minute, as the market is developing live, I mean, just like it is so, right, there's a red candle pullback. and CBC is bullish.
This is how you get those prime entries, right, Mapes?
Yeah, right here. I mean, because a
you're
lot of
taking
traders
things on the
chase them.
opposite of what.
Yeah, a
you're
lot
trying
of
to
traders
trade.
will chase that exactly, right? And I'll show you exactly why you shouldn't. I went over this warm up in pre-market. But so when the candle, hold on, my bad, is pushing up and it's green like so, that's where I'm looking to take my entry, risking a close above the previous candle high, right? So you can see price does not close above that previous candle high and it wicks back down. So a trader, if they're shorting green on 10, and I'm not saying the absolute, entirety of this move, but let's say, hey, 10 minutes surpasses and the candle closes, right? That's 8 points. That's $800 on one mini or 400 on 5 micros in a very short period of time, right? So these are consistent gains that you can take using, setups that will instill confidence in your trading. And let's say, hey, you missed this, right? I'm showing you examples after the CBC flips, but as price progresses, let's say, hey, it's 10 a.m., right? I mean, where were my trades at this morning?
You can still use those EMAs as confluence while CBC's
still
holding bearish, right?
So that was one perspective, right? Just looking at the 10-minute. So I like to use my 3-minute EMAs as well. So I've highlighted here the 10-minute candle by candle method flip. So I'm going to move it to a 3-minute chart. And this is where I find my checks and balances, right? This is where it really gets interesting because I'll start eating off of these EMAs. But 10-minute flips, right? And if it's a high probability setup, I'll have my lower time frame EMAs. I used to use the 2. I use the 3 a lot more now, just buying the stops from the 2, right? But 10-minute candle by candle method flips. And if your EMAs are also bearish, right, meaning your 9 is below your 20, right? This is a sentiment shift, right? You're just watching it on a lower time frame, right? This is your urgency time frame, I like to call it. This is where traders or larger participants of the market, algorithms will begin to take orders off of these tight hugging EMAs on your 3-minute. So after the 10-minute flips, ideally, now this is the same as the 10-minute perspective, but it's good to have confluence, right? So we'll put this on a 10. And your right side's on a 3. Okay, so 10-minute flips. Okay, now all I'm going to do is put an arrow on each time price interacts with the 3-minute 9. Okay. And I guess that's an interaction too. And what do you get there, right? You're seeing these same entries on your 3-minute EMA pullback line up on your 10-minute when the candle is green. Right?
It's beautiful.
You see that upper wick? That's really difficult.
What I love about this too is it all falls in line with your time frame, right? It's like, okay, we start on this bigger time frame, and then you go to find your confluences on the lower time frame, and it just goes to show that, like, no matter the strategy, that's what you should be doing. Like, I'm doing that. I see Casey doing that. I see all of our best traders doing that.
Oh,
continuously,
100%.
No matter what we're trading strategy is, you know what I mean? And that's just, it's a beautiful thing to see this.
There has to be a complete understanding of what you're doing. I mean, you're risking money each day, and it not only goes, tying in with finances, but also, your mental capital, right? How confident are you each morning? So, yes, I'll go over, those are key alert or key entries and blah, blah, blah. But, where I actually entered, and I can plot them here, right? This morning, I took one loss this morning, MGC long 859, right? And I'm just going to highlight them. So 859, that's going to be right here, right? Chasing a little bit. Next one, 934, I took it short. And that was at 48. Right there, candle green. Okay, I took another short here, 950. That's at 38. I remember that one. Right there, when the candle is green. And took another short at 1032. This one wasn't exactly a green candle short, but the previous candle was green, right? And this one was right here. 1 second, right there, and I think that's it, right? Yeah. So looking at those entries, right, where I took the short or the long, right? Why did I take the long right there? I think for me, just looking for VWAP, right, a predictive form of price action. Hey, CBC's holding. Why, you cleared the 20 EMA on 10. Why wouldn't it clear VWAP, right? That predictive form of price action is probably the number one reason why I ever take a loss. But as long as you're able to, again, reel it in, focus on your system, adhere to your rules, be disciplined, right? Look at my entries, green candle, green candle. This was when the candle's red, but it's still within this green candle on 10 minute, and it provided 20 points. It's also a, 3 minute, 20 EMA interaction. So back test this, right? Like, this is no good to any of you unless you back test it, see if you like it. You don't have to use CBC. You can just use 3 minute EMAs. We can go through other examples as well.
Well, too, Mapes, talk to me a little bit about the exits as well, because I know a lot of the time you're taking 100%. That 20-point exit, you're taking the 30 points. I see Brent in the chat. He's saying, my exit rule is after we flip when the 2 minute closes twice over 9 EMA, I have to close the trade. Talk to me a little bit more about that.
For sure. So here, we'll go back just to today's price action. So for me, right here, this entry, first short of the day, right there. Where did I take profit at? 8 points. Right? I don't know why I chose 8 today. Lots of 8s. But typically on gold, I like to de-risk a half position around 5 to 10 points. But this should align with some sense of, technical analysis, right? Like pivots.
Key level, maybe.
Exactly. But for me, like as a scalper,
breaker.
Bill breaker, that's for NQ. But I mean, for a scalper, like it really comes down to these micro pivots. So like, hey, if I take a short here and we just bounce, right? This was my actual entry this morning and it breaks this pivot, I should scale, right?
Sure.
Because this is what, larger participants in the market are doing, and if I take the short here, 48, and it drops down 18 points, 20 points at the low, that's $2,000. If you only took 5 micros, right? That's like $500.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's in 2 or 3, 6, 9, 10 minutes or so.
Exactly.
And looking at this, like kind of restructure what, now this is again, perspective of scalping, but restructure, your thought process when it comes to taking profit. Many times we look at, I don't know, we want this perfect whole number, or we want to, we're clip hunting, or we want.
Well, you got to know what strat you're trading, right? You're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but I mean,
I'm different, right? I'm always holding for like that full TP, and right, like you can't do that with this. You have to be a little more disciplined and play the strat that you're trading, right?
No, 100%. And like this really helps as well with prop firms, because there are some firms that want you or allow you to trade without a consistency rule, but most firms do have a 20 or 30% consistency rule, right? So like I know that I can get the job done in 10 or 15 minutes rather than, holding and maybe overstaying my welcome, right? Jordan's really good at being disciplined, but I can't really say that for the majority of traders that are out there as of right now, right? Yeah, dude, that's one of the hardest things, right? Is sitting on hands.
It's taking me this long to get to where I'm at, like
100%.
It's hard.
But for you guys that are scalping, like look at this. This is that second trade again, green candle on 10 minute, right? So for me, this is extremely important, because what's going to happen is this. I think I did this. Where was it? The example, maybe Friday. Okay. I don't know. We can just look at today. But this, for example, we'll clear it out real quick. Let's say, hey, a trader chases the short. Why? Because it's breaking pivot. You see a really large red candle. This is what the market is showing you, right? And a novice trader is just going to blindly take a short right there, right? Why? Why are they going to take a short right there? Because of greed, right? Fear of missing out, etc. You guys have heard it all. But if you short the red, you're now, forfeiting your opportunity to trade a pullback, right? You're saying, hey, hopefully you're positioned appropriately, but you're saying, hey, I'm going to put myself through a pullback, right? It hasn't happened, but I'm going to take it anyway.
Sometimes it doesn't. And that's okay.
Yeah, most of the time it doesn't, right? Because what's going to happen? Hey, trader chases this breakout. It breaks out for what? 2 points. But then on the pullback at the high, that's 11 points, 12 points, right? Some of you guys trading, 1, even 2 minis, you're going to get liquidated, stopped out. Mm-hmm. So I really urge you to focus on these green candle pullbacks. It has to deal a lot with trading psychology as well. When the candle is red like this and it's breaking a pivot, your mind is, inherently going to associate that with, hey, this is bearish, this is short, this means it's going to go down, right? But in all honesty, this means someone else is making money and you're not a part of it. So when it
Facts.
pushes back up and it's green, you know, these shorts out here at the lows, of course, they're going to, you know, cover, stop out. But, you know, you want to focus on when sellers are fearful, right? When you get a green candle, right? And this doesn't represent it perfectly, but like so, you know, this is what factually, this is what that candle looked like today. That, you know, range traders are having a day. They're like tweezer bottom, they're predicting themselves. What, you know, that's when buyers are greedy and sellers are fearful of a reversal, right? That's when you need to act, because that's where I took the short right here, 38, shorted a green candle, 10-minute. I didn't sit through, I mean, you know, if I'm at 38, I sat through three points of risk. And you guys saw, I mean, this went 40 plus points. I got all out at what was the exit? 41 points, right? Now, of course, that's not one mini, but the equivalent to one mini is $4,100, you know, just trading these green candle pullbacks. So, but when you're scalping, again, you can take profit on these micro pivots. So like, you know, you can see on the 3-minute, this drops down, pops up a little bit. Let's say, hey, you're hyper scalping this 3-minute candle by candle method, right? But you take a short there and then it breaks pivot. I mean, that's 15 points. $1,500, 5 micros,
Yep.
$750. Like that's a lot of money. So respect that, please, because a lot of traders are going to sit there and hold and hope and, you know, try to be like their favorite streamer. And when in reality, it's all about taking consistent gains from the market and not over leveraging your finances, but also your emotions. But exits, right? So like, let's say, you know, you're scalping this, taking, you know, lower low pivots and blah, 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 but actually getting stopped out. So if you're day trading this, right, from that perspective, CBC told me to stay short from 9:20 until it flips long there at 11:20, right? So about 2 hours, where really it flips long at 11:30 because 10 minutes passes when it closes. But 2 hours, right, it's telling me to short. Now party's over, right? CBC flips bullish. But again, there's checks and balances when it comes to CBC. I'm not saying, hey, I'm only longing bullish or shorting bearish engulfing candles, right? Like I wish it was that simple, but there has to be a process. And when CBC flips bullish, I know, hey, remember that tip earlier in the session, right? Higher probability setup would align with the 3-minute EMAs, right? Meaning CBC bullish and 3-minute EMAs bullish, right? So if we look here, our longs really aren't confirmed until about 12:30, right? But what happens? The CBC flips bearish, right? These two don't match. This is why I refer to the 3-minute as your urgency time frame, because this is really what has been guiding price action this entire slow climb up on gold, right? And it's not the prettiest, right? But I mean, the EMAs are giving you that checks and balance that, you know, you can't solely rely on one strategy. And whether you guys take away from today, the listeners, you know, using CBC or EMAs or whatever strategy you're using, make sure, I mean, I wouldn't be jumping from one to the next, but make sure that if you are adding strategies into, you know, your trading style, make sure it complements one another, right? So I know that CBC and the 3-minute EMAs complement each other, right? You could also look at this from market structure. You know, I can see, hey, there's a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, right? So on and so forth. And this structure is creating higher highs as well. There's different perspectives that these, you know, all of these strategies rely on, but they should complement one another, right? I don't know if you guys trade with ICT or SMT or whatever you're using, but they're all very similar and will complement instead of saying, hey, one is better than the other, right? You can really look at the similarities between the, you know, many different strategies. But this doesn't just work on gold. I mean, you can use this. I mean, if you look at NQ today, it's not the best just because, you know, I will say CBC is not a great strategy within a range, right? I typically like to rely on my 30-minute orb for that. So if you look at today, first 30-minute candle low and high, you can see price pushes out of the 30 orb, bases, right? Why do we get a trend when price breaks and bases, not only on the pivot, but on orbs, right? These previous sellers right, pushed out of 859 when given the opportunity to minimize their loss or to cut their trades break even, they'll take it, which means these sellers turning into buyers, right? Think of it like a seesaw. There's your seesaw. You got buyers, sellers, right? This happens every day, every single moment of the day. Okay, buyers and sellers. So, right, so if the sellers, right, once given that opportunity, turn into buyers, right, the seesaw is imbalanced. So is price. The seesaw points up, and so does price, right? Price climbs. So these sellers turning into buyers adds to the imbalance, right? Two buyers on one side pushes price higher because sellers have a weak ask, right? Or a lack of one, because you're not seeing an actual lower high develop up here, right? You're seeing each high broken. This one does double top and it gives you a little scalp, right? But it's just a 10-minute EMA pullback. So that's what I would rely on. ES was a little bit different of a story today. Right, you can see where's 30 orb low, 30 orb high. You didn't get that base until much later in the day, right? But tame, I think, with the anticipation of FOMC. But going through some other CBC examples before I head out, right? I mean, I didn't trade Friday. What did we do Thursday? Okay. This is 1022, one more. Okay, so right here, this is how I looking at the markets each and every single morning, right? 9:30, just like everyone else. But 10-minute CBC flips. Again, this is an if this then that, kind of a strategy that I rely on. So if CBC is short, that means I should only be taking shorts, and I should be shorting when the candle is green, right? You can see on 10-minute right here, this is the candle open. When price pushes above the open, the candle is green, right? I've shown you guys that. These are prime entries for your short on a 10-minute chart perspective, right? I know a lot of traders are stuck on 5-minute is great, don't get me wrong, but I've just found myself taking those 5-minute trader stops on 10-minute using this exact kind of strategy. It's also lining up with VWAP retest and 10-minute EMAs, which is clean. Okay, but you might be like, oh, Maple, but CBC flips long, right? That means I should only trade long. Where's the chart at? 1022. Oh, 1 second. I'm on different drawing sets. Okay. You might be like, oh, Maple, right? 10-minute CBC flipped long right there. That tells me that I can only trade long. But again, we have checks and balances, right? Look at your 3-minute chart right here. Are your 3-minute EMAs bearish there? They're not. Or are they bullish there? Excuse me. They're not, right? The 9 is below the 20, showing a bearish sentiment. This was a great risk reward for the short, where buyers were being very greedy, right? Overconfident here. And for that move, right? An EMA rejection. I mean, that's 21 points on ES. That's $1,000. Okay, same thing here, right? We'll look at the next flip. This is for a CBC flop, right? Because it is flipping, but it's flopping. This is a fake kind of signal. Again, here you can see, hey, CBC flips, but the 3-minute EMAs don't align, giving you a false signal, right? Telling you to trust your EMAs. Now, I want to highlight the CBC flip short, just so that we review both. Okay. So again, CBC flips, you can scalp it off of the EMA, of course, or wait for the next EMA interaction, which happened right here. Okay, lower low. Now, following this second flip, you can see EMA interaction. Look at that respect. I mean, this is free money. I mean, I hate to use that term, but I mean, look at how many opportunities are set there for you on the 3-minute 9 and 20 EMA, as well as your 10-minute CBC. Right, and each of those upper wicks align with those 3-minute EMAs, right? Showing you when the candle was green, giving you a higher probability pullback, a higher probability trade, and less stress. I mean, most of these trades, like, look at this. Like, I don't know, let's say you enter here, right? It pops up against you 7 points, 8 points on NQ, but then it breaks a new low of day for 38 points, right? Now, I don't know what your risk was, maybe 10, 20 points right there, but you got a 1-to-1 or a 1-to-2 risk reward that's also being shown with consistency, right? And then where's the reversal signal, right? We see an initial CBC flip, but again, I told you guys, make sure you study market structure. I can't teach it all in one session, but you know, a reversal under VWAP doesn't occur unless there's a higher low. So yes, you get that early CBC flip, but do your EMAs on 3-minute align with that? They don't, right? So let's look at the second flip. Oh, well, look, 10-minute CBC flips. Entry, 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 right? Entry, all the way to VWAP. And treat VWAP, like Jordy was talking about earlier, as you know, key level, take profit, stop out. You know, it really is depending upon what you're using it as or for.
It's perfect, Mapes. What a rundown.
Yeah, man. But
got any more questions in the chat from Mapes?
Yeah, any questions in the chat? Hopefully that made sense. I use this each and every single day. Today we got 45 points. First NQ short, 41 on the second, and only 20 on the third, right? Later entries means quicker profit taking.
Just to reiterate on why short green candles, why long red candles for Mapes is, again, you get those better entries because generally when he's trading that CBC, you know, if CBC is bearish and there's a green candle forming, that's generally a green candle that's retesting the EMAs on the lower time frame and finding rejection, and that green candle will generally either turn red or the next candle after it, that next 10-minute candle will be red, right? So he's just trying to follow the trend, but also be getting precise entries, right? Or else you're getting worse entries, your risk is bigger while you're still looking for the same reward, which, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Because I mean, like, you know, let's look at this example. Like, let's say, hey, you know, you're going to short like when the candle is red versus, hey, I'm going to short when the candle is green. I'll just use that candle close, for example, right? Where's your risk right here for that short, right?
It's
I mean,
tough,
you shorted
yeah.
when the candle is red, right? Where's it at? You know, a trader might say, oh, the 3-minute 20 right there, that's 10 points already. Right? Or you're going to say the 10-minute 20 points. I mean, I think that's way too much, right?
Yeah.
Versus saying, hey, I have a logical risk. If price closes above this pivot, which it wicked above, but it didn't close above, right? Then I'll stop out. Also, this is going to get me much closer to my risk point, right?
Exactly. Another question here. Is this indicator available on Thinkorswim?
It is. I don't share it for Thinkorswim, but it is available on TradingView. You can type in CBC Flip. It was made by, I mean, I created it, but it was, I guess, I don't know, coded or scripted by Asia Rue. That's the author on TradingView.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you don't have premium, you can use it on 5, maybe watch a 15. But I prefer the 10-minute. No, it's not for futures. It's for anything, everything. I mean,
yeah, you can
look at Tesla.
Yeah, you can do this on anything with price action.
100%. I mean, you can see. I mean,
you've been trading gold
recently
a lot, which I love to see.
Yeah, I mean, gold. I'm just trading what, you know, where the volume is, where there's some movement. Thankfully, I was trading gold today over ES and NQ. But like, look at this Tesla, right? CBC flips bullish. 3-minute EMAs cross. Retest for calls, right? Almost a retest there.
Yep.
And you got continuation for a scalp. I mean, and look, those entries pushing up. Oh, let's just say a VWAP break. That's $2, right? That's $2 worth of delta. You can get, you know.
So those are all your entries,
$100 per contract.
Those are all your entries, potential entries there, right? When after that CBC flips, you're getting those pullbacks to the EMAs that are bullish. All those taps, right, can be entries looking for VWAP or whatever targets you guys might be looking at, intraday pivots. I know you use a lot of the Asia session and London session highs and lows, right, mate?
Yeah,
So
no,
I know
I
I'm
do.
using those a ton. Those are great
Yeah,
targets as well,
100%.
guys.
Yeah, I think they're important. It just shows me past forms of price, at least giving me scale levels or levels to base risk off of. London Orb especially.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's CVC. No, it's candle by candle method. By the way, for anybody that's
Candle by
wondering what
candle
that
method.
is,
I
candle
got a
by
video on my channel. I mean, it's probably almost 2 years old now. I probably need to come out with a new one.
Yeah, you should.
But super simple strategy. I'm not looking for tops or bottoms or to say, hey, I predicted where price was going to go. I'm solely looking for, opportunities provided from the strategy and taking my piece of the chicken, right? Like I don't need from, 31 to 120 to say, hey, I'm a good trader, right? Like really, I only need maybe 2 or 3 10-minute candles to make my day, right? Or to hit my account goal. Which I urge a lot of you guys, the listeners, I urge a lot of you guys to try to, reshape that, because there's no getting rich overnight, right? Yeah, there can be jokes or this or that, but it takes a long time and a lot of consistency to get to that point. And you're only going to achieve that through earning the right to size up and not just, sizing up on something that feels right. You have to have these consistent results shown time and time again.
Agreed. Yeah, and like you said, Mapes, everybody go back test this stuff. You can do it on TradingView, I'm pretty sure. You don't even have to download another software or anything. You can literally like back test a little bit. I mean, obviously you can just look back on the chart and do your own analysis, but it's always nice to actually back test, and pick a time on the chart and not have the future price action to look at and actually be, playing your strategy, seeing if it works, which you guys can do right on TradingView right there. I used to do it all the time. So
yeah, 100%,
take advantage
and whatever
of it,
strategy
yeah.
you guys are trading, dedicate an hour to it at least a day. I'm sure if most of you, if you went on your settings on your phone and you looked at your screen time and how much time you're spending on certain apps that aren't constructive, right, you could surely, equate some time into studying this and actually, finding results in your trading. So
Yep.
thank you guys for your time today, and looking forward to trading with you guys on FOMC Wednesday.
Mapes, you're the man. I appreciate your time. I know you're usually off the charts and enjoying your day by now. So appreciate you coming on, man, and just educating the audience because they love this. We always get questions in spaces, as you know. So it's nice to have you do the breakdown and on stream, of course, able to actually show everybody. So honestly, I know you had to make a new YouTube video, but this is a great video itself. So I'll try and clip this up a bit and maybe get this posted. I can send it over to you as well. And we
yeah, no, I'd appreciate that, man. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll try and clip this up and make it good. So then we have a little bit of like maybe make it like a 10-20 minute video or something. We'll see.
No,
See what
100%.
But
all right.
But yeah, appreciate
yeah.
you, my man. You enjoy the rest of your day. Everybody run W's in the chat for Maple. He's the man for coming on here, giving his time. We appreciate you, man. We'll see you tomorrow for
Yo, thanks guys. Take it easy.
Yes, sir. Have a good one. Let's go, baby. Let me get my screen back up here. How you doing, Casey? Eva? Is Rizzo alive?
What up?
Watching this grind up, doing
Look at this
nothing.
slow grind up. I'm so glad we had this combo with Mapes because, gosh, ladies and gents, I mean, there's beautiful moves. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like, let her grind. I got nothing to do with it. And that's fine with me. Let her run. Let her run. What a great rundown. Everybody make sure you're following Maple Stacks on X and subscribe to his YouTube channel as well. He's got some great videos. What's up, Casey? Sorry.
No, you're good. I was watching Poet Intraday down there, and there was an Amazon headline that came out as well a little bit ago. It got some crazy volatility candle, just about cutting like 30,000 corporate jobs or something.
Nice bounce from the lows. Amazon.
Yeah, it just had a volatility candle on the 5 minute. It didn't
Yeah,
really go
pretty
anywhere
chill.
overall.
A nice gap up with everything, though. Slow grind up. I told y'all I wasn't going to try to short this at all today. I'm with you. I'm with you. Maybe end of day there's like a little something, but I don't even want to try it. I'm good. Maybe get a little profit taking end of day, but I ain't doing it either. I haven't tried it once, and I ain't going to. What is it that gives you the zoomed in candle on the side? You're going to want to go to Trading View, go to Indicators, type in HTF, power of 3 by 2 degrees. And that is, you can choose whatever candle you want. I run a 4-hour candlestick. So it's this is a 4-hour candlestick while I'm looking at a 5-minute, 1 minute, whatever time frame. You can run whatever time frame candle you want there. Turn it into a 12-hour if you want. Yeah, it's 12-hour. I don't know, whatever you want. I like a 4-hour. I generally am trading the 4-hour candles, so it's nice to be able to see the 4-hour candle representation while still looking at, trying to find my entry model on a lower time frame. But yeah, free indicator. Just to melt up.
Walmart's dumping. I'm watching it come back down to
Uh-oh.
104.30. I want to see what happens.
Greatest company in the world. Taking a hit. That's all right.
It is. I'm still waiting to long it. I want to see it get down to this area.
Bring it down to 103. Yeah, I'll see her. 5, 6, squeeze my wrist like a pie.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. ST.
Oh, hoodie. Can't believe it. And I can't believe it. I fucking had the beautiful trigger for it. I traded it. Just didn't trade it all the way. Daily inverse, daily change in the state. Oh. Damn it. Congrats if you held hood into today. Because you're better than me. I took it to these highs and I got out pissed. I got my Netflix though. Got my NFLU 2x leveraged. Hello. There we go. My NFLU. Don't do
I
me
was getting
dirty
an alert
now.
on Amazon. What is it doing? We're just looking at it. What is it doing?
I know, we were just looking at it. I wasn't doing shit.
Oh!
Oh!
Whoa,
That's
damn.
how it happens. Well, fucking sell it all.
Oh shit, that's funny.
That's
I
hilarious.
know job cuts. Yeah, I mentioned the headline a few minutes ago, but
Yeah,
it wasn't getting
doing anything though.
Damn.
Market's
You're
asleep.
joking.
Shouty just dropped it like it was hot.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
Damn, son.
That's insane.
Oh, that's yucky.
PO3, yes sir, the indicator. HTF power of 3. PO3.
All right, I'm gonna do something crazy.
Guys, if you aren't liking the stream, subscribing to the channel, make sure you are. We're doing more streams now, baby. Way better. Way better. I want more orange juice. I had to drink my coconut water. It's a small one, though. They didn't have the big boy. Angry. Is that not a good thing for Amazon? You know, good news, bad news. Doesn't really fucking matter.
No,
Not really. All the same. Every break at work, I listen to you guys. Shout out to you, Tesla Groupie. We appreciate you being a part of the crew. Let's go. You're doing some good stuff on X too. Make sure you guys in the chat are following Tesla Groupie, especially if you like Tesla. You're probably gonna want to follow that account. Only thing that matters is the reaction. Yep.
Shout out to you guys grinding from work. Appreciate that.
I know. It's awesome.
Hang in there. 95
For
is
real.
nice in some ways because this is like extra supplement income until you get consistent.
Oh yeah.
You want multiple streams of income. That's the goal.
Shit. I did spaces and delivered pizzas every day for so long.
Oh, I totally forgot you did pizza delivery. Yeah.
Trade every morning, spaces all day, get off spaces. I get on direct sales calls on my way to work. I'd be sitting in the parking lot finishing those calls. Then I'd go to work till 9, 10 o'clock at night, get off, do it every day over again. It's amazing. Honestly, it's so good. I was making so much money just from like both areas. I'm like, this is awesome. But now we're stepped up a bit, which is nice. But still working every day. Still working all day. Love it though. Way better than slinging pizzas, I'll tell you that.
I was gonna say you're always gonna be working. It's just
Yeah. The joke is you quit a 9 to 5 to work fucking 14 hours a day, but
yeah.
But I love the 14 hours. I hated the 6 hours I worked at the pizza shop, you know? Even though it was fun at the time, but like still, that shit sucks, you know?
It's like if you can make, $100,000 a year working a 9 to 5 or working for somebody else, or can you take a pay cut to, $75,000 a year, but you're going to be working for yourself. You answer to nobody and you don't report to anybody. And
you're loving life, man.
Would you take that? Would you take that step down, from the 100,000 to the 75,000? And in my opinion,
with the opportunity for that to grow to whatever you want it to be.
Exactly. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
You're working for somebody else and you can potentially only move up so far.
100K is max.
Yeah, if you're 100K is a max and that's consistent, fantastic. But if you can take the pay cut down to 75, work for yourself, over course of a few months or even years, start putting in all that freaking grind, you'll get back up to that 100K and then be able to exceed it. And then again, now you're going to be working for yourself. You don't have to send in forms to request days off for vacation or for your kids' birthdays. You don't have to do any of that shit. Or your boss tells you, hey, I need you to work this day. And you're like, no, I got something going with my family. They're like, no, like I need you to come in and work this day until this time. Like you're on this duty, whatever it is. Like, fuck that guy and fuck that.
Yeah.
Like that is not a life I wanted to do until I was 40, 50 years old. My kids start getting into sports and stuff like that. And, you don't want to miss those times and things with them. Then you got some dickhead who's telling you, hey, I need you to stay an extra, 2 or 3 hours to help over here. Can you pick up this shift on this day? I need you to help out, blah, blah. Like, nah, fam.
I see this comment. Not everyone can afford to step down and pay at a given moment. I totally agree.
100%.
Totally understand. And that's where, but that's where it has to be at least a goal you're working towards, right? If that's what you want, right? And I always say, like, there's a will, there's a way. Like, people always come to me and be like, Jordan, I work a morning job. Like, how do I get around it so I can trade every morning? I'm like, you make sacrifices. We make sacrifices for the things that we love and we want to do. And for me, I always made sure I had a night job, right? So I was always able to work and do the stock market stuff in the morning. And, maybe that means for some people, you have to like leave a career that you've known forever. I just talked to this kid that actually he has a welding job in the day. And he's like, I need to get around this, blah, blah. He ended up just having a very serious conversation. Young kid, too, like 19 years old. Had a very serious conversation with his boss. And they got him on night shifts. Apparently, like, he's like too young or whatever, not supposed to be on night shifts or whatever. Like, it's fine, but like they don't really like give it to the new kids or whatever. I don't know exactly. But long story short, Now he's able to do it because he sat down, had a very serious conversation, made some sacrifices, right? Whatever it needed to be. That's what you have to do. So, but I totally hear you, and that's where it's like, hey, that's okay if you can't do it right now. That's something you're working towards, right, in the future.
Yeah. Don't live outside your means either. Like,
Very
and I
easy to do
know-
when you start making some money too. I've been guilty
Yeah.
of it. Like, fuck,
Yeah,
it's easy to do.
100%.
It's easy to do. You're very good at that, Casey.
I
From
try
what
my best. I try my best. But I do spend a lot of money on stupid shit, like $500 in Harry Potter Legos. Like, didn't
Love
really
this.
need that. But that went on the Amex Business Gold Card for a tax write-off because it was for my office. So, I mean, yeah, it is
I
what
love
it
that,
is.
Brent. No one will change your life for you. And
Yeah.
it's facts. And obviously we get given opportunities here and there, but I'm a big believer that those are given
Right
to us
there, what
based
he
off of
said
our
next is
actions.
more important.
They use you to change theirs.
They
So
use
true.
you to change theirs. 100 and I'm
It's true.
telling you, coming from a previous past of working within law enforcement, I'm telling you right now, in jobs like that, they will replace you and flip your ass on a dime.
It don't
Like,
matter how long you've been there. It don't matter.
Does not matter.
The new
You
young
will,
kid that runs faster, stronger, talks
Yeah.
better to the people, like whatever it is.
yeah,
Oh, he's got
Yeah.
your job so quick. Are you kidding me?
yeah.
Like,
They're going to
done.
replace your ass within days. Like the day that you leave your job at noon, your job's posted on Indeed within the hour, and like they're not worried. They're not worried about you one fucking bit. They will 100% replace your ass, and it's just sometimes the world that we live in. There's a lot of companies, a lot of jobs out there that they do not care. They will replace you, and it doesn't affect them any bit whatsoever. Spy ripping. Just got an alert on CMG. It must be going down to $41. It is indeed. I also don't think you should have one source of income either. I think having one source of income sucks. I think you should be able to have multiple streams of income. If you're working for somebody else, a 9 to 5 or whatever it is, I think no matter what, outside of all that, you should be able to be doing something else. Find a hobby, find something that you love, find something that you're good at, that you're knowledgeable on, and turn it into a business. Do it on the side, even if it only makes you a couple $100s a month. It can then grow and turn into a couple grand a month. And then you're going to turn a hobby into a potentially small business that's going to end up paying your bills for the month. And then you're still able to go to your normal job if you do like it, and you do work in a good environment and you get your retirement, you're getting your benefits, whatever it is, but you're still having the multiple stream of income as well on the side from something that you enjoy as well. I think that's the best thing that anybody can do.
Yeah, absolutely. One
Facts.
stream of income is very stressful.
Yeah.
It's not fucking doable in our day and age, man. It's just not.
No.
Like how? Not if we want to get ahead,
No.
And that's I've learned to accept it. Like it's fine. That's okay. It's all right. Pushes us to do more. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but it is a bitch sometimes.
And then for me to leave my normal job to make that jump was doing the side hustles, the side hobbies and everything. Like I said, it makes a couple $100s a month, right? You're going to your job making, for me at the time, $2,500 a month. And, you start trading on the side, you start starting to try to make new businesses on the side as well. And just to make an extra couple $100s. And then eventually, like I said, over a few months, a year or two, you end up making a few grand. And you're like, okay, cool. Now it's matching my pay. And then you start getting really good at it and keep pushing, keep putting in the time on it. Once it got to about 4 to 5x of what I was going to work for, that's where I made the flip. Was once everything else I was doing on the side was making 4 to 5x me going to work full time. That's where I was like, I told myself, you can use all that time instead of going to work for somebody else, put that towards all these other things that you're doing on the side that's already doing a lot more than your full time one. That's when I decided to make the switch. And then it
Yeah.
really started to make all the difference after that.
Yeah. When you're like showing up and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm losing money coming to my job. It's like, all right, maybe it's time to switch.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to work for 12 hours a day for $150. It is what it is. Now we make $150 in, 30 minutes on a decent trade. 4 hours into the day, then you're up a couple hundred.
I
By
didn't
the end of
make
the day,
any.
maybe up a couple grand. Who
I didn't make
knows?
any money today, but I did take a payout on Friday, like a $1,400 payout.
Let's go.
So like,
Let's go.
yeah, I feel all right. I feel all right.
Better than zero. That
Better
means
than
progress,
nothing.
Compound.
I'll take it. Shout out My Funded, honestly. I don't think we have a code with them yet. We're going to get that going. You guys should use code Wolf at Alpha Futures, Tradify, top one. Code WolfX at Apex. We don't have anything for My Funded, but love how fast they are with the payouts. Even on, so Fundeds is like instant. You instantly get the money. It's fucking crazy. Live, though, takes a little bit longer because you can take daily payouts, but it's still really fast. Do recommend. It's quite easy to get to live with them as well. I mean, honestly, with all these, it's not that hard to get to live. It's just consistency. Some of them are 30 days green. Some of them are 5 payouts. They move to live. Though you got to be careful with some of them. I fear some of the live platforms are not amazing, but I connected mine to TradingView and through Tradify. Works great. I trade anytime I can and ride 15 head of horses of other people. I also sell and buy them for commission. Oh. Team babe. Mm-hmm. Do you experience lag? Not when I'm on TradingView though, but if you're like micro scalping, you're probably not going to want to do it. But no. No lag. Not for me. I also trade a style that even if it lagged a bit, wouldn't fucking matter. I'm not micro scalping, so it doesn't really matter too much. But I will say I still don't love going to live with majority of my accounts because of the fact that you can't leverage multiple accounts, right? Majority of the time, I'd much rather have 550Ks than one live funded. It's just the way it is. But daily payouts are nice. There's no other rules either. It's just like I literally just take my money whenever I want, which is nice. The only rule I have is I can't let it drop under a certain amount, which is like any other account.
You know, I met Brett Simber actually recently in London for the
Brett's the
trading
man.
event. Yeah, he's really cool, really humble guy.
I haven't had the honor
Good,
to meet him in person yet, but the day will come.
There was a massive London trading expo, so a ton of prop firms were there as well for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to a few people. Even Alpha Futures was there, Alpha Capital.
Oh, they were? Love to hear that because
Yeah.
I love Alpha Futures. I've been
have a
using
few
them for a
friends.
while, and
Yeah.
I think they're great. I think they're phenomenal. They're more of like they're more targeted the TikTok crew, like the TikTok
Yes.
traders. So like it's more big in that area. A lot of X people don't know about alpha futures yet. A lot of TikTok people do, but they're great. Guys.
Yeah.
I think they're phenomenal, and you can use code Wolf there as well.
Had a couple DMs. They're a total legit company. I have friends who work there. I was very, very honored to have attended the after party as well. Like incredible creators. I met a few of them as well. Yeah, no, I highly recommend them. The support team is actually really good because I know some prop firms aren't so great when it comes to support. But yeah, they really do help answer any questions or any issues you face as well, technical wise.
Love this. Coach Mike out here. He says, quit my job at age 22, started my company, became a millionaire. Now I stay home watching Wolf. Let's go.
Hey.
Shout
Let's
out to
go.
my man.
I'm trying to be
man.
like you, my boy.
Yeah, man. Honestly, we're all just trying to be like you, bro. Like, honestly. Fuck. Shout out Coach Mike, though. We appreciate you, my man. Damn, that's awesome. Love that. So cool. BBAI setting up for a run. Volume is pushing. Let's take a look. Big Bear. It's been in that consolidation for sure. Healthy consolidation, from what I can see. It's my only thing. It's my only thing I don't like. But yeah, she's looking nice. You need to get over this 804, $8.04. But love this healthy consolidation. You had some here. You broke down from it. That got bought up. You're now consolidating again. You need to break out of this $8. This 804 is the problem on this bigger time frame, as you can see here. As long as we're trading in here, there's potential to still trade lower. So you want to see us get over that $8 and really get some momentum going, and this thing can really get off to the races. But I think it looks pretty good. You're just struggling at this $8, and that unfortunately might continue. But I hope the best for you, and I hope it doesn't. I hope you get to move through that. Oh, yeah, Tommy. Tommy's a goat. Y'all don't know. Goat dog trainer, too. He actually really kills it in the dog training. Built his own business out of it. It's awesome. People used to pay me $50 to install their Wi-Fi, bro. It's the easiest $50 you ever made, huh? I used to act like it was difficult to plug in the wires. You're like struggling. But yeah, I got him. Here, guys, I'll be right back. I'll steal the chart on NQ and get some more OJ. I'll be back.
Yeah, excited for big tech earnings.
We got big tech earnings. We got FOMC. Gonna be interesting. I am about to jump off though. I'm gonna go hang out with the kiddos.
Aww.
Stop looking at charts. I've been mainly done since this morning, but watching Walmart get closer down to this 104 area. See if buyers step in on the retest. Would love to get long in here on this dip down closer to 104, 103.50. See if that sets up. Buy just another new high day. Looking good. More flow coming in on ASST. A bunch of buys and sells though on these $2 calls. Not really too interested. But yeah, keep an eye on this Walmart back test going into the end of the day.
This time zone thing's throwing me off. I forgot it's already power hour. So tomorrow before open, you have SoFi, PayPal earnings, UNH, UPS, NEE, DHI, MSCI, AMT, and then after the close tomorrow, you have Visa, EMPH, BKNG, EA, Cake, did a bit of Cheesecake Factory, Mondelez, MDLZ, BE, TEER, Teradyne. Yeah, so you got a few companies.
So I sent the tweet out a little bit ago on the UPS. Been screaming about it from the mountaintops. Actually, from the pits of all hell at $82 on the huge dip. But had a really nice base down there, and I just sent the chart out, and I did get that next trim off up here at 89, pushing up closer to that $90 cycle level. Actually just made another little new high of day here after this bull flag, but they do have earnings coming up. So luckily the position that I trimmed out of this morning is already a little bit green, and it has some time, but they do have earnings, so keep that in mind. Anything can happen, so just be cautious holding and swing positions on a name throughout their earnings. Could be nothing, could be fine, could be something. Stock could all of a sudden rip 20%, could fall 20%. You never freaking know what happens with earnings and their conference calls. But I did send that chart out a little bit ago and took a trim on those UPSs going into their earnings. What is that? Flow on PDD? 138 for 1128. I'm already in those, baby. I'm already in those. You trim those out this morning. Oh, PDD's getting the fat stick right now. PHAT fat. Hold up. Hey. Oh, yeah. Let's go. PDD 138 calls for November 28th. Look at that. The flow just came in. I'm not sure if it'll pull it up. There's Weeble. There we go. Already in those bad boys. Right.
Yeah, lovely chart actually, PDD on the daily. Nice
Beautiful.
little reversal. Brent, I love my time zone for trading. Morning trade, noon work, then nap, then Asia session. What a world we live in. Absolutely. Like, we take it for granted that we could either work from home or have access on our phones or some kind of electronics, for trading these days and making money. Even if you get to spend only half an hour or 20 minutes, still an opportunity to get some side hustle.
Let's fucking go, P. Diddy.
Oh, we got Nancy in the chat. What's up, Nancy?
What's up, Pelosi? What's your strategy?
You see Logical posted
Logical got a picture with Nancy Pelosi, dude. That was dope.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
Wait, I'll bring it up for anybody that hasn't seen it.
That was pretty neat.
That shit was funny. That was like the first thing I saw on Twitter this morning. I was like, oh, no way. Look at this dude, bro. Look at this dude.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's hilarious. What are the comments on this? Guest appearance on the pod?
Probably asking her what her trading strategy is.
Ask her, what her strategy is. Oh,
I won't scroll too far. Probably encounter some things that are not good for YouTube on there. Oh, we actually like trying. Oh no, we're not. That was a 1 minute. We're not doing much.
Yeah,
here.
we're still just chilling near the highs. All right. All right, so the PDD 138 calls for November 28th in the money 35%. I do have over half of my position now sold for profits, stop loss, moved up. That trade doesn't go red. Again, watching Walmart down here near 104, potentially going to add that for a swing trade in a small account, but that's it for me. I'm going to go close up shop and go hang out with the kiddos for
Yeah, that's the move. Wow, it's
the rest
almost
of the day.
halfway through power hour. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
Day's
yeah.
about over.
So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Casey,
Take it
enjoy, my
easy,
man.
Later.
Good
Great
cuts
day.
to everybody.
I'm about to post this photo on X. She put a cowboy hat on the dog, and then she put her pink cowgirl hat on and bent down, was smiling, take a picture. Here, hold on. Before I
you
go,
gotta show
I'll
the
go.
chat. We gotta see this.
Here, let me see. I'll go ahead and show you guys. And then she put the other hat on the mini golden doodle. Let me see. Let me take the background off because it fucks that all up. Here we go. Here, look at this.
Wait.
Let's see if it.
Oh, look at her. Oh.
Yeah, she put the pink hat on the doggy, and then
That's
she's got
too
her
cute.
her other hat on.
early Halloween outfit.
adorable.
I like it.
Yeah, she's Bluey for Halloween.
There we
She
go.
loves
Oh.
she loves Bluey. So, and then the twins are Mickey and Minnie Mouse. So, all right, guys, I'll catch you tomorrow. Love you
Yes,
guys.
sir. Catch you tomorrow, my man.
Peace
Later.
out.
Here's
See
a
ya.
heat map for today, if anybody was wondering. I'm about to post this in a second. Someone play Baywatch. Ooh. Ooh. That looks nice. Did it update on here? Hold on. Hold on. Oh. Hello. Hello, sexy. Oh. Oh. Look at that.
Oh, boom. There
Mm.
you go.
Woohoo! Woohoo! It's like a shiny new
Brent,
toy.
no, Rizzo did not trade today. He woke up late as well.
His ball hanging on the wall. All right.
Generally, when these grindy there's nothing to do for us intraday traders.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Some people are able to find their way around some scalps, which is amazing. But for me, there's just no clarity, no conviction on anything, and that's key. I need conviction on where the market's drawing towards, right? And it's like literally the most important thing. It's funny. Like I'll study everybody, we all study entry models and strategies and all these things, but like all that's just a piece of the puzzle. Like my entry can be sloppy and it doesn't matter. It matters where the market's going. Where is the market drawing to every morning? That's what fucking matters. Whether I get a late entry, an early entry, whatever, none of that shit really matters, It's all of that is just to define your risk. And of course I have like a set system for that, but it's beautiful. As you get like better and better, you realize more and more that it only matters where the market's going right now, this morning. into 10 o'clock, like that is my prime time. Everything else doesn't matter now. Of course, we're using higher time frames to like align ourselves with that, but
Yeah,
just learn
I
more and more.
mean,
It's all that matters, you know. Where's the market fucking going? If you're confident in that, that's all you need.
for you hyper scalpers, if you like, we're in and out, you could always, you know, trade the 5 or 10 minute. It's been riding at 9 EMA all day, so
Yep,
that could
very
be
simple.
another strategy you could add to your playbook on days like this. This is stuff you need to start developing. There's different playbooks for different types of days, when it happens, when it doesn't happen. You know, you just need to know which strategy you're using.
We'll get MOC here in about 30 minutes. I started a share position in FSP, just chilling on the calls I got on the Nebius on the dip. Got coin calls in the morning and sold it. Very nice. Also got QCOM puts at the top that I closed, thinking about starting long-term calls right now. The Reddit calls are up nicely. It's still early. Yeah, Qualcomm was an insane mover. I get over this 193.60. It's an interesting spot. Yeah. Anything you like to look at to give SPY directional bias for the day? I can run you through my whole morning routine if you want. It's very simple. Well, you can define simple for yourself. I'm going to do this on NQ and ES, but obviously for SPY it's the same. Every morning, I'm going to show up with NQ and ES side by side. I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to mark out the previous session New York levels, which is previous day high and low. I'm going to mark out the Asia session levels from the night before and the London session levels. And then after marking all those levels out, I'm going to go to a higher time frame. I usually start with like a daily, then I go down to a 4 hour and so on. Of course, on a daily, there hasn't been much for us to use, right? But like, for instance, on Thursday, well, what was I looking at? Well, I'm looking at this on Wednesday and Thursday of last week, I believe this was. Yeah. I'm noticing that we just ran through daily bearish order flow, which is now inverse fair value. Right? So the night before, I might have like my overnight levels or whatever. Essentially, what I'm looking for every morning is, okay, have we swept those overnight levels? Are we respecting order flow? This is imbalanced price action. This is order flow that I'm looking at. Are we respecting or disrespecting it? In which direction are we respecting it on this higher time frame? Right now, this morning, I didn't have much clarity for that. Right, that's why I didn't actually trade today. Right, we weren't tapping into any areas of significance. We didn't even test the new week opening gap that we made here. We didn't even test that at all. So I really had no points of confluence to go off of this morning. Hence why I didn't trade. Right, but I still have my levels marked out. And let's say we had, I don't know, let's say we tapped into the new week opening gap here. We'll just mark this as, I'll just mark this as that. And then we can, that's fine. This is not a breaker. This is a new week opening gap. I'll just change them. There we go. Just make it easy. If we came into here maybe this morning, swept out some of these Asia lows, and gave me some sort of setup there, maybe I could have traded. Right? If we opened up like New York session, dropped, took out all these lows, and then we set up my forever model that I trade, then I would have had some points of confluence this morning. But we just had nothing. I'm not going to try and short when we have nothing from all-time highs. There's literally no price action to the left. It's just dead space. right? So I have no reason to really trade today. But something like Thursday, where maybe we had, we had this previous day low, maybe we had London session low sitting here, right? We go sweep London session low, leaving London session high and previous day highs, right? And then I get my model down here, which if I can go on a lower time frame, maybe I can go see it. I can show you guys some trades from last week that I took that represent this a little better. If that's easier, I'll just do that and bring up my trade path real quick. Just be a little bit easier in the world. All right, so let's just start with Friday. This is Friday. Friday was a little bit different than all the other mornings. You can see I said going into market open, things were a bit different than the past few days. We've been selling off at open to set up long all week, but today we already sold off in London session to the PD arrays, to the or imbalances, fair value gaps. That's what I mean by PD arrays. I was looking at for reversal. In pre-market, we saw Forever model, which I missed. That's right here. This is the Forever model that I did not enter on. Since I missed the entry, I waited for the breaker entry to the left. If I miss this entry, there's always a breaker entry to the left a bit higher, which is the entry that I took. This is what I'm playing every single day. And you can see the consistency with this over and over. If I go to this day, here's another example of this. This is where I actually got the entry that I wanted. The breaker's up here, so this could have continued. I think it actually did. I forget. I have to look back at the charts. But my entry was after we got inverse change in the state. This is after we were sweeping previous lows of the session before, right? We're taking out, this is, I forget what fair value gap this was. This was a bigger time frame, creating bullish SMT. My favorite going, we tapped to unmake it. This is a daily fair value. So we swept previous day lows, right? That's this tap in right here. This, where this lighter shade box starts is where that previous day low is. We take that out, we reclaim it. While we're reclaiming it, we get my model. It's exactly what I'm looking for every day. We can see this. Let's do another example right here. Here's another example. I actually took a loss beforehand. This is a great trade right here. I didn't mark it all out, but we tapped into a bigger time frame for value gap. I got my inverse. I got my change in the state. I took this. We ended up getting some divergence at the highs, which I didn't end up listening to, and I got stopped out. Then I saw the same thing happen again here. And then we took it up to standard deviation, these previous highs, which was nice. You can see the exit here, entries here. Do we have another one? I think I have another one.
Lovely trade.
No, there's a break even. There wasn't anything there. There's a bunch of trades. But I mean, it's essentially what I'm doing every single day, guys. Especially in this bull market, every morning it's like, okay, open up, sell off, take out London session lows, set up to trade to London session highs. This morning we wanted to gap and go. That's fine. No trade for me, and we just kick back. That's literally what I'm doing every morning. Oh wait, I didn't change my screen. Share this tab for you. There you go. Hope that helps, though. It's just a combination of using liquidity, which is overnight highs and lows, previous day highs and lows, and fair value gaps, which is order flow, right? Bigger time frame order flow, listening to that, what is the market telling me? As of now, things are really bullish. When I look at this lower time frame, what can I gather? What kind of conviction can I gather right now? Well, the only real conviction I can gather is we're at all-time highs and we continue to respect bullish order flow. Look at, we tap in, respect this fair value. We tap in, respect this. If we end up running through this, my thoughts start to change a little bit. Okay, if we need to run through that, where's our next order flow on this chart, on this time frame? Well, not till here, which means these lows are probably going to want to get seeked at some point if we end up inversing order flow. Right, same thing with this bigger time frame, especially on this bigger time frame. This new week opening gap will get tested. Matter of time, it will happen. I want it to happen on FOMC. I want FOMC to come out, us drill it, give us a nice, beautiful short into this gap, bounce at the bottom of it, and then we decide what we want to do from there. But that's all fugazi and fairy dust right now. I have no idea if that's going to happen yet. So, get imbalances yet? No, we got 20 more minutes. Yes, Emp. More people need to realize that just because the market is open doesn't mean there's a trade to take. This is facts. I haven't taken a single execution today. Actually, that's technically a lie because I bought NFLU 2x leverage, but that's a swing. I've taken no day trades whatsoever. Got to know when to hit the brakes. These are the days that kill accounts. It's not the days that are freaking everybody's making money. Obviously, it's not the days where things are going good and price is really efficient in your favor. It's the days like this where it's sideways or slow grind up, where it's like trying to like get you into the short, but it's just never really going for you. These are the days that kill accounts that you need to stay away from or trade very carefully. Because I know I can look back at every time I've like blown an account or had a bad day. It's on a day like this, or it's on a day where we're just completely sideways. We're at least grinding up slowly throughout the whole day. Sometimes it's not as good as that. Yeah, most will never understand it, and it's unfortunate, but it's the way the market works, and it's the way the market is. It makes us emotional. It gives us one perfect day where we execute our strategy perfectly and everything goes good. Then it brings you a day like this where it's going to fuck you over on every, entry you try and take and make you rethink everything, right? And then you're in a spiral in your own head. When if you just get really good, you just get really, really good at figuring out when not to trade, you're golden. You just figure out when you're not supposed to trade, like the best times not to, you're good. Which you guys know I've laid that out plenty of times, my specific times. Lunch is notorious for stopping me out. What is the expansion and accumulation macro? So we have different macro times throughout the whole day. Depending on what the market's doing, it's either accumulation, manipulation macro, or expansion macro. This morning, I wasn't on with you guys. I was on with my with the Discord. I was explaining this morning how I expected us to get expansion to London high based off of what we were seeing going into the macro time. So macro is just 950 to 1010, 1050 to 1110, 1050 to 1210, and then we have then we get into like the afternoon macro times, which is 110 to 140, 315, 345, and then you have the rest of your afternoon macro times. You have overnight macros as well. These are the specific times in which the biggest orders are going off in the market, and essentially the moves intraday are happening that we want to catch. Now it's your job to figure out whether or not we're accumulating, we're manipulating, or we're expanding. Right? That it's not going to be the same every time. It's not like 950 to 1010 is expansion every time. Sometimes it's manipulation. Sometimes it's accumulation. You have to identify that, and you have to use those points of confluence and your strategy to work with that. And that's what I do personally with the Forever model. Right? I know if going into market open, we end up opening up, or going into macro time, we end up, and we just saw, let's say we just saw 950 to 1010 macro time, and it was accumulation. And it shows me it was accumulation macro, and we were just accumulating sideways. Okay, cool. Let's say we have a big bullish fair value gap sitting below us that's untapped. I'm expecting us to accumulate like we did. I'm expecting us to now, from that accumulation, manipulate into that area that I'm looking at to potentially get long. right? So I know going into that time, if we just spent all morning up to 10 o'clock accumulating, and we have an area in which I'm interested in that I think the market's going to manipulate into to then get to target later, then I'm ready, right? I'm ready for this trade, and I'm ready for the market to manipulate the lows, take out whatever price action we were, trading into the left, and then I can expect the next macro to be expansion macro, right? I can expect to get my entry from maybe this 1010 to 1050 area, and then maybe the full move, the real expansion move happens from 1050 to 1110 macro, right? We end up getting that move. You can see that happen actually. Maybe I can show you an example. I know I had some charts of it in my journal that I showed. But yeah, the most key times for me in the market basically are going to be these times in order to find an actual position, if that makes sense. You're right, but this shit is like drugs. I wish I didn't trade today. It is like drugs. It really is. That's right. I'm telling you guys, like Em said, like you get really good at knowing when not to trade. Your trading will take off because majority of you guys know how to hit plays. You know how to trade. Majority of you guys, like I know some of you guys are very new for sure, but majority of you guys that have been in the chat for a little while, you have a strategy. You know how to execute the strategy. You've had amazing days in the market before. You've probably taken payouts, but it's these days that screw you up. It's the one day that you blow your account, or it's the 2 days of horrible price action that you can't keep it together. Get really good at staying away from those days, and your trading will excel. I'm telling you. It's the biggest thing I see with everybody. See, and it comes from your want to make money versus your want to perfect your plan. You should have more of a desire to play your plan perfectly than a desire to make money. That's what separates all of us on the panel from anybody in the chat, potentially. That's what separates any profitable trader from unprofitable. Yeah, look at this market. Just gone, guys. Gonzo. Yes. Boom. We got MOC in about 12 minutes, and we'll wrap this market up. Oh, I know, Nancy. This is SPY on the left. Basically, it's ES. It's the same. Look at her go. Look at her go. Oh! Crazy. We love it. Long term is skyrocketing, by the way. It's never been higher. Well, no, that's a lie. It's been higher. It's been higher. It's a lie. But we're looking good. I'm looking all right. Not too shabby. It's like drugs because you know it works. Now you have to master it. It's the hardest thing to do. And we still struggle with it. I still struggle with it every day. Like, it's an everyday fight for the rest of your life. It's not like it's just gonna switch on, get super easy one day. But you learn. You learn what happens when you go against what you say you're gonna do. And you either learn it quickly or you don't. Took me a little while, but I finally learned the stupid trades that I'm taking, the half-assed here and there, the oversizing, the trading too much. I'm done with it. I'm over it because those are the exact things that's keeping me from making money. That's what it really came down to for me, guys. And it might come down to that for a lot of you, is like I've literally lost over and over and over and over and over trying to do it my way. I might as well just try and follow rules, honestly, because like what else is going to work at this point? That's what it comes down to. You lose enough money that you just say, I'm done. I'm done giving money back. I'm done.
I was just about to say there will be a point where you will pay enough what I call tuition fee to the market until you stop doing silly things and you look at your card bill and you're like, what on earth was I doing? Had you just stuck to only trading your A to B, B plus setups and just sit on your hands on days like this, and you'll be fine, right? go look back in your journal and really look at your executions. I bet you 80% of you are not systemizing your trades, and you're just too focused on the dollar. Switch it to points if you can. Size down. That's really all there is. I mean, for me, futures, it's a different ball game to options, so I'm still a developing trader there, but definitely finding consistency and yeah, just sizing down. That was the key for me, and less trades.
Jordan, do you have any videos on these concepts? I have some videos on my YouTube channel, just Ace the Kid TA, same as my ex, of me back testing the Forever model. I've done some trade recaps, I believe, but I need to make a new one for you guys. I need to do a live stream for you guys and get that going. But I do have a really good video from not me, but from my mentor, Mr. Justin Werlane. This video right here.
Oh, yeah,
You
great
just look
guy.
up my Forever model, Justin Werlane. This video right here is the exact model that I trade, explained in depth, shown like drawn examples as well as real world examples. You can also find videos of Justin back testing as well as myself. Some great videos there. But yeah, what else was there? This is my first time here. What is your strat? My strat's the Forever model. That is what it is called.
I will say, having watched that video, it has cleaned up my entries a lot more, and knowing
Love
when
that.
to sit out. Yeah, and I would say I'm a fairly experienced trader. I've traded all kinds of markets. The futures, you've definitely got to know your entries a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you were trading props, and obviously you have that trading drawdown. That's what goes against you, really.
And a lovely model it is. Yes, sir, it is, Tommy.
Yes,
For those
Tommy.
that don't know, Tommy in the chat, ProFast, who's regularly in the chat, as well as our man Brent Weimer. They were all like a part of my kind of original stream crew when I was doing just the streams by myself.
Yeah,
And they
Aaron
watched
Q.
me go through this. They watched me go from trading one model to now trading the Forever model, learning it, using it in front of them for the first time. Like, they watched it all happen live on stream, which I'm pretty sure you guys can go back and find all those videos if you wanted to.
Oh, I miss the days when you were on your boat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But,
shout out to the OG crew, man. Like Ride
yeah, shout out to
Lightning,
them.
Caveman, Aaron.
Jordy giving
Yeah,
a
first
sermon
class.
again. I love it. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
What the heck?
Yeah, that's right. We were all trading at the same time too.
Yeah, rough day for entries, but hey, beautiful day for our long term. Can't really complain there. I'm up pretty good. How's my Netflix? I did buy NFLU. NFLU. She's just chilling, doing nothing. That's fine. But yeah, guys, just really a big reminder. Like, a lot of people think like, oh, since we make money in the market, like whether it's me, Rizzo, Emp, no matter who it is, like, oh, we're somehow better or somehow smarter or this or that. And like, I am here to tell you that that is not the case. I am not the brightest guy out there. Okay. I'm really not, but I've sat here for the past freaking 5 years and watched the charts every single day. And now, just with the model that I trade specifically, it's only been a year of me trading this. And I just want everybody to know that none of us are special. Just put in the fucking work, man. Put in the work, back test your model. Get rid of the habits that are losing you money. It's as simple as that. And to do that, you have to journal of some sort. You have to keep track of things of some way. So make sure you guys, if you're not, if you need a journal, try out TradePath. TradePath is amazing. TradePath is what I use. I have all my different strategies here. You can see from the Forever model, this is like my overall win rate, 85%. This is the total amount of money I've made from the Forever model this year. Yeah, this is all the rules, everything. So keep track of your stuff. It's going to help a lot with your consistency, especially like you can go back. Keep track of everything. It's beautiful. I love to be able to go back and I can just see like, oh, September, I made this. August was a killer month. Best month I've ever fucking had in my life. It's insane on futures, right? We can look back to July. July was another killer month, right? Like it's just, and I can look back and see all the trades that I took on all of these and say, okay, this was A+. This is what I need to do every day. This is what I can't do ever again, right? All the different types of things you can go through and see what you need to fix, right? And what's beautiful about TradePath too, I didn't even show this off. Let me show you it.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
You guys go over to, so like there's strategy, there's everything over here, right? You can go Zen mode and do a 15-minute guided meditation if you want. But what I love is the Trade Sage Assistant. So in your strategy, you can just go and say, analyze now. In like 30 seconds, this will give me a bunch of data on my forever model specifically. And I can do this for all the other strategies that I have. Like I have the IB strat, I have the gold strat, right? That I can do that analysis as well. And then I can come over to the AI, which this is literally ChatGPT, but built to know you and your trading only and to help you with your trading. And there's a bunch of prompts. Give me a breakdown of my trading. What brings the most success in my trading? Where am I the most profitable? Where am I the least profitable? We can say this. Let's see this. What brings the most success in my trading? Winning formula, overall win rate, blah, 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 over 125 trades, analyze consistency and effective across all trades, a win rate above. So it's going to give me all of these stats and break it down in like bullet point style, right? It's best performing hours, best day of the week, best month, risk management, everything, and tell me what's good, what's bad. And then I can see, like, I could just ask him and be like, based on this, what could I do to be more profitable? And then we can see what it says. And the more in-depth you are with journaling, which is something I've honestly done a poor job at, the more in-depth you are while journaling, the better your answers are going to be because it's learning you, you know? It's literally based off of your past trades in the past. So I just think it's super helpful, especially for a lot of you new guys out there or a lot of people that are struggling to find consistency. Stuff like this is going to help a ton. Like it says, average profit, prove your strategy works when when executed with discipline. MNQ is your primary profit driver. The recent performance shows a dangerous drop to 44.9% win rate. Best trades consistently feature A+ setups with clear confluence, high time frame, fair value gap delivery, SMT, change in the state, inverse fair value gap. These are your bread and butter. This is a bug that I need to get fixed because it's saying I wasn't marking my stop losses, which it's just because I didn't mark them in the little journal section. I obviously had a stop loss. So that's the only thing I need to fix with like this. But this is true. Inconsistent rule adherence. You repeatedly break your 2 trades a day max. That's true. I've broken that over and over. I've broken the only trade AM session over and over. Right. What's up, Eva?
Were you able to automate your strategy, by the way, with this?
I have not automated the forever model yet. No.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that go into automating that. And so it's a bit tougher. But that's something I want to do for sure. Let me get the link to TradePath for everybody because I know I'm talking about it and you guys are asking for it in the chat. So give me 1 second.
TradePath. Not TradePath.
And boom, it should be in the chat for everybody. Pin it. If you guys want to try out TradePath, there's that link. I absolutely love it. It's the journal software that I use every day. It's pretty much the only journaling software that I've ever really used. And there's more to come. Like if you think it's like kind of good now, oh my gosh, just wait. There's so much more to come. I know all of you guys hate journaling. Just wait. You won't have to one day. But you'll still be able to track everything even better than how you can with normal journaling. It's going to be insane. So just get ready for that. But yeah, I just wanted to go through and look through this a little bit more. What was this? Emotional discipline, warning zone, problematic emotions correlate with rushed entries and rule breaking. So true. I not recently, but like the past like 2 months, I was kind of starting to rush my entries a little too much. Gives me an action plan for immediate improvement. Fixed risk management. Every trade needs a hard stop. Trade only A+ setups. Your notes repeatedly say A+ setup. I would take 1,000 times over. Be that discipline. Skip B and C setups entirely. Enforce your own rules. 2 trade max and session only. Complete trade logging. Missing notes and stop prevent pattern recognition. Your best insights come from detailed post-trade analysis. Your edge is clear, execute it with discipline. And it'll also tell you if you're being a dumbass, like low key. It'll be like, I mean, it'll pick up and say, well, you said this was A+, but you're missing points of confluence here and you're saying this is A+. Choose one. Like, is it A+ or not? Are you lying to yourself or are you being true? And it'll kind of catch you on those things. So try and trade path. Love to hear it, baby. Love to hear it. Yeah, you guys should. I love it. Obviously, there's other journal softwares out there that you guys can use. Doesn't matter what's tracking it. But the other journal softwares don't have the AI. And I think that is specifically really helpful for a lot of the new guys out there. So try it out. Let me know if you guys like it. I couldn't live without it now, personally. Like, there's no way. I need it. I need it. Trying to get this MOC for you guys. Let's see.
Get a ripper here. I think he wants 26K for what he wants.
It's a continuous ripper. Not even a end of day like profit taking, really anything. Just straight ripping.
No, I think the shorts are underwater.
Bears suck. These bears fucking suck.
Oh, well, they fumble the bag.
Oh, they fumble the bag over and over. It's hilarious. Ooh, put that on. Yo. Oh, I like being on stream with you guys and being able to like deep dive a little bit with the strap. It's fun. I hope you guys enjoy it. I know I can get yapping a little bit sometimes, but I only yap because this shit has helped me so much with consistency and just understanding what's actually happening in the market. You know what I mean? Just being able to show up and repeat the same kind of system every day, whether that's my system or somebody else's, like, doesn't matter. Just repeatable consistency. That's what we need. This is facts, though. M's 100% right. If you're struggling, you should be journaling and reviewing trades, period. It doesn't even matter. Yeah. There's no argument. Dude, is there no MLC? Is it just so small that they didn't even report it today? Is that what's going on? I still don't have it. Does anybody else have it? Because I'm blind, brother.
Do not.
Financial juice. What the fuck are we doing, bro?
Yeah, I know, a bit late on it.
Financial juice. Wake up. Hello? Brother?
Come on then, thank you. Get it to 26K. MOC 5 billion buy side.
Did you say 5 billion?
Yeah, apparently.
That's all together, though.
Yeah, in total, yeah.
Still solid.
According to Minted Trading.
Huh. By the way, everybody should go over to X right now. For one, go look at the sexy profile with the wolf badge. I've never seen anything sexier in my life. On top of that, scroll down a little bit. Whoa, did not post. Hello, hold on. 1 second, refresh. There you go. Everybody should go like and retweet this, comment under. Your trading will 10x if you just get really good at figuring out when not to trade. We talked about that today. Everybody go show some love on that. Let's go, baby. What a beautiful day.
Just waiting to get mine.
I know. Gotta get you on there.
China talks must have gone really well. Well, they're sleeping. Or they're going to be morning soon.
Yeah, we'll see. Or is this all some Monday liquidity to get rugged on the rest of the week? Get
Yeah, I
everybody
was
all
just
happy?
thinking that they're making some cushion. Thursday's the one you need to watch out for, guys. So
Yeah, always take these Monday moves with a grain of salt, ladies and gents, because I mean, think about it. If you're a market maker and you want to fake everybody out, what do you do? What do you do? Well, Monday morning, get everybody happy. You get them making a bunch of money, and you psych them out. You make them think it's going to rip all week, and maybe you rug it a bit. I don't know. Doesn't mean I think the market's going to rug. I have no reason to think that, but you know. All-time highs, baby. Oh gosh. Wow, financial juice sucks today, huh? What the heck? It's okay. I forgive them. They're good every day. I'll forgive them for today. And I got my suit and tie. I don't even know on the floor tonight. 3 minutes.
I was just gonna joke at AWS went down.
Uh-oh.
Never mind. No, it's not. But like
Smart.
with financial juice.
Ah. Dance. For the 57th time this year, too. Yeah. How many times have we said we're at all-time highs this year?
I know, right, guys? What's the point in counter trend trading when the entire market's always up?
William's texting me. Oh, he needs a Sora AI code. Ha ha ha. I have those.
Oh, what?
You need one?
I do, yeah.
Eva, check your DM in a second from my personal. No. Okay, should be there.
Got it. Appreciate you.
My priority is bringing this country together and moving it forward. We're investing in roads and bridges and clean energy and an opportunity for every family. Today, I'm signing a bipartisan bill that funds those priorities. Good afternoon.
Ace the Kid is president.
My priority is bringing this country together and moving it forward.
Oh,
We're
that's
investing in roads
funny.
I forgot I made that. That was in my drafts from like last week. I also did Ace the Kid as a dad of 4 kids.
Damn, Jordy.
I make the most random shit on here. I did Jordan Lee as a runway model.
Oh my god. That's so good.
Finished with leather boots and silver accents. I did astronaut. I did an F-18 pilot. I did me as a prisoner. I did me getting cuffed, handcuffed for trading illegally.
Wow. Jordan, insider trading.
Yeah, how to do it. That was funny. Thought it was funny. Where is this? Stick around. Guys, I know this market just wrapped up, but we're going to have George coming on, talk a little Prospero, baby, which, guys, there's like no time left. If you guys aren't invested and you want to be invested, now's the time. There's 3 days left. You need to make a decision now. All right. It's time. We're going to have George come on. We're going to spitball for a little bit, chit chat, talk about how things are coming into the end of the raise. I'll get that link posted for everybody too. Make it easy.
I am going to head out. Market's
No worries,
closed.
Eva.
Love
A
to
great
see you
day.
guys tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Oh, yeah. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, take care.
I just pinned the link in chat. I'll bring up the tab here. Me and George will talk in depth about it. But look at this, guys. $403,000 raised, 393 investors, 3 days left to invest. So you guys are going to want to make a decision here soon. And here we go. We got George popping on right now. What's up, George?
Yeah. Good day in the markets. We had some, our picks did well today. So that's always better, right?
Back at all-time highs. How many times have we said that? I had this chat pinned for the 57th time this year or so. We've said back at all-time highs. So
Really?
Gotta love it, right?
That's crazy.
Gav's popping on too. Let's go. What's up, Gav? How we doing?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
It's good.
Just getting
Yeah, how you
just
doing?
wrapping up the end of the day, man.
I'm good,
it's been
man.
fun.
I am also in NYC.
Let's go. The cruise together. You guys
Nice.
gotta get lunch or something.
How about that? Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm in a hotel room. So
All good. Well, 3 days left on the Prospero round. You guys know in the chat we've talked about this plenty of times and showed you guys all how we're using Prospero every day. We in the last stream we got a real in-depth just rundown from you, George, and from Amp on how we're using that app. But obviously there's 3 days left to invest in Prospero. And I really just want to hammer that for today because I know it's a big deal. It's not going to be around for much longer and it's not coming back. So anybody that's in the audience that's, been looking into this, been interested in maybe owning some equity in a private company and a private company that we use every day, this is the time now. So George, I want to give you a second to maybe, just coming into the end of the raise here, maybe some notes you wanted to give to the audience here and just some things to think about. And then we can deep dive a little bit more into the information and get some thoughts from Gav.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see people start to pile in near the close. We had I think we're at 33 investors in the last few days. So that's some of the best momentum we've seen going into it. And yeah, I mean, it's been exciting, the response around our trade alerts release. It's going to be really cool to get a lot of people on, more long-term, launch that product. But yeah, it's been a very interesting journey. I'm excited to be at the end, and I think we're going to finish strong.
Yeah, I think so too. And the alerts have been amazing. Those have been a huge success from what I've seen. And I know it says right here the $300 spot is sold out, but you guys can still get the alerts for as little as $500, which I think, guys, again, we have talked about this plenty, but the barrier to entry on something like this is extremely low. If anybody knows anything about private investments, you know that $250 to be able to own a piece of a company is absurdly low. So very easy for any of you guys to take advantage of this. And then of course, if you want those trade alerts, you can bump it up a little bit more to $500 and be able to get those trade alerts. But Gav, wanted to bring you in and just get your thoughts on this. We've had a few private investments come across, the desk in the past, and it's always something we always, like to look into. And if it aligns with us, take opportunity into it. So just wanted to bring you in the conversation, see if you've maybe looked at the trade alerts as well, because there's been a lot of success there. And if you have any questions for George.
Yeah, I love it. Exciting to see this getting to where it is. Not really surprised that people have picked up their investing towards the end. I'd echo what Jordan said. I invested personally into this, but you're only going to have another 3 days, and then maybe there'll be another opportunity down the line, but not at this valuation, right? And so that's kind of the key thing to remember here when you're looking at it. So I agree with you. Pretty cool to see so many people coming in. I was fascinated. I mean, I'll talk about the alerts in a second, but what was it, 2 weeks ago now, when you guys came out and you were like, wow, net sentiment on QQQ just dropped to 0. And it was the day before anybody knew anything was happening. And then the market just had that terrible day in the market. And then it came back on Monday and you were like, hey guys, like it's still at 0. And then the next day it dumped again. I was just curious if you could talk. I mean, to me, that was like a huge moment right there. I was like, wow, like really people don't understand how much this is seeing that they're not seeing, and how much you need to be using something like this, especially if you are actively trading, right? And you're having these back and forth moments in the market. It's something that I don't think you should really be without, because otherwise you're just completely not seeing all the data that you can. So I'd love for you to elaborate a little bit about, what happened there and how you took advantage of it, right? And then I have some other questions off that.
Yeah, I mean, I think first of all, it's good for everybody to be able to adjust. Like even if you're not a trader, just around these events, whether it's maybe buying a little bit of an inverse ETF, scaling down some of your positions. I mean, even the great value investors are moving to cash all the time when they might be a little worried. So I think that's the first thing. Like obviously for traders, that kind of thing is most advantageous. But yeah, I think we've gotten things right. We warned people a couple days before Liberation Day earlier in the year, and even before that, we went like officially like there's a letter where we said we're officially bearish in February 23rd. But what we're seeing basically is we've built, I think, probably the best sensor system available outside of the institutional world to essentially see the mood of the market based on how institutional options traders are pricing, whether it be QQQ or SPY. And I think that alert was kind of the coolest one of the year, even though there have been other times, because it was when everybody was bullish, right? And, even our option sentiment closed the day at, above 30, which is a pretty neutral amount, like below 30s bearish, above 40s bullish. So, it closed pretty well, and then it dropped all the way to 0 at open the next day when, some people, when we said that, they're just basically like, no, you're wrong. I mean, it was a surprising number for me to see, but, there's different theories on what was going on, whether it's the theory of maybe some information was leaked, or maybe there was enough information about how China and the US, were dealing with these rare earth minerals, that people were just concerned about that situation, even if they didn't know what Trump was going to say. Regardless, we were clearly picking up that behavior in the options markets before it happened. And, we're really proud to be able to help the retail community in that way, giving them, as we always promise, the same kind of information that hedge funds get available for free on our platform.
Question for you. When you have major events like that, like have you considered, I guess you want as many people as possible to know about it. When people come into the app, like maybe like having like almost like a pop-up, right? Like today something big is happening and stuff along those lines. Is that stuff that you guys have thought about?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the extent of how we alert people about things, it's a little tough from both a compliance standpoint as well as just like figuring out exactly how many alerts to send, because there can be some volatility in that number, and we don't want to be bothering people all the time, because some days you might see it pop up, go down to 0, and then pop back up to 20, and then so we've seen that a few times this year. So that's the other tough part. I mean, the first part is kind of what's preventing us from doing that kind of thing more, because we really have to stay away from being like, do this, right? That's why we kind of say, why we alert people to the number, and we're not like sell your shares, or we're not like this or that. So I do think it's a really good idea. It's stuff that we're thinking about. And that's also like, we absolutely mention it on our X, mention it in, our newsletters, because we feel that that's more, the format where we're elevating certain types of information. But I do think it would definitely be helpful in the app to have, alerts around that kind of thing as well.
So that kind of feeds me into, I get a lot of questions from people, and obviously I'm sure you've explained it on here, but these trade alerts, right, that are coming with the investment that people can get, maybe you can elaborate a little bit more for like those who have just, used the app, right, and they see this investment, they're like, well, I wonder what's coming along with it. Is that some of the stuff that they'll be able to get, right? Like, hey, here's this went to zero, right? Is that where that comes into the picture? How do these things differentiate?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that in particular in terms of like market level signals, but I do think that is a good idea. As I've said, and we want to think about how I think to make those alerts more available, especially to paying customers. But the alert system is basically a part of how we've studied LLMs and how to combine them with our signals. I've been using the LLMs for, over 2 years, experimenting with, how they might interact. That information might interact with our signals. And the big problem that I've found with LLMs, if I would kind of put them through the paces, is they're actually, I think, very good at discovering information and finding high upside picks, but they're not very good at managing risk. So what we've been doing as we built the trade alerts is figuring out a good system that alerts people to confluence between our signals as well as what the LLMs are seeing. So when people see the alerts, you'll basically see them start out with like good trends or bad trends, if it's a bear alert, in our moving average signals. Then basically what the AI is seeing that points to that confluence. And then, what we're looking for in our signals that will, kind of trigger an exit. And, we just did an alert on AppLovin today, which is something that, some of our signals have soured on a little bit, but, our moving averages like kind of, alerted us to the fact that, especially like technical flow and option sentiment, we're really coming back strong for AppLovin. And then, a lot of what the LLMs were pointing to were things like how well they've done in earnings, how much their revenue is expected to grow. Something I didn't know off the top of my head was how much better the revenue on ad spend was on AppLovin versus Meta. I think it was something like 47% higher, right? So it's kind of the best of both worlds, where our signals are very focused on especially what institutions are doing, where they're betting, the extent of those, and kind of just like putting the logic systems around that. And then we're kind of combining it with these LLMs that have a wider view on what makes the business special and why that's relevant right now. And together, there's been some pretty amazing results. When we did like our first 3 weeks in the first test, it was like 1,267% above the market on an annualized basis, using that system confluence method. So we're really excited about how that product expands on our existing product line.
So where can people see, because I think people love to hear from other people who have used these items, right? So like, where can people go and see from other people like, hey, I've used these trade alerts and here's my experience?
I mean, I would just go, I'm not sure how many trade alert specific reviews we have right now, but I would really recommend going to the review section in the crowdfund. We've actually had 81 reviews in there, about 20% of the total people invested, which is a really great ratio. And I think what's really, if you're looking as a potential user, I think you'll get a good idea of all the different ways people use the platform to help them. But I think if you're looking as an investor, if you want to see like how powerful these signals are, I think the best part about it is you can see a beginner investor saying it helped them, go from not knowing what they were doing to, winning at a good rate, finding some big wins, all the way up to experienced traders that, point to the specific return increase that they've gotten from adding confluence of our system to it. So I think if you're saying like, where do we fit in the market? I think that's a really good way to be like, oh, that is a really unique product, because there's just nothing else I can think of that can help both a beginner investor and an experienced trader. And it's actually the exact same information.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I'm just flipping through these, and it is pretty crazy, that number that you said. Like 20% of all investors have gone ahead and left a review on here. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. I mean, it not only speaks to the quality of the product, but it relates to how good of a community we've formed, and how I think that scales really well. Because I think there's some people that might look at, might have had an experience with Prospero, didn't quite get it their first time. And, one of the things that we're doing, obviously we're getting a lot more well-known on X. And I mean, I think that's part of it. Like, nothing's that easy to learn in investing, trading, and anything that's too simple is probably not going to be very high value. So it's really just a question of the more people that understand how to use this, and the more that kind of like propagates, and people are like being like just what you see on those reviews, like, oh, I use Prospero in this way, it made me money in this way. That's what's going to really blow up the usage, our revenues, things like that.
And like you said, any skill set can use it. Me, that's been trading for the past 5 years, I can come in and use it for my style, but somebody that's new can also use it and can help give them clarity on the market as well. So
yeah, I love it. And also, I'd encourage everybody, if you are thinking about investing, go read through those reviews, because George, you have to have invested to leave a review, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
So they can't just like, it's not just like, oh, hey, 10 of my friends, go leave me a review. It's people that actually put real money behind this. And so I think that says a lot. So let's talk through, like, right now, maybe just for a second, what some of the examples are with this market. We just ripped to all-time highs today, I'm pretty sure, at this moment. I mean, I know that today was a pretty great day for many in the market. Yes,
it's a merry all-time high once again. I don't know how many times we've said that this year, Gav.
Yeah, and still pushing highs. 628 on Qs. Pretty crazy to just see these continue to move. So, what's your takeaways right now with this market? What is Prospero saying in a time like this?
I think probably the most interesting thing I'm seeing, and we actually posted about this in our newsletter yesterday. 87% of companies have beat on earnings 30% of the way through. And I think that, that is very interesting in and of itself. I mean, since COVID, it's been at about like 76 historically, like maybe a little longer, about 67. So it's getting bigger, but that 87% number is crazy. And what I'm seeing is a lot of these, like, AI infrastructure, kind of more in the unique emerging technologies kind of sectors. A-Lab is something that just came on our radar. We've been in NBIS, INOD is another one that's been interesting recently. But I would say that the number of those companies that have had really good recent earnings reports, and I think people are expecting to have recent earnings report, you look at that 87% number, I think that's the most interesting thing that I'm seeing, that it's just like, I mean, unless everybody's wrong, which happens sometimes, people seem to be gearing up for big beats around, like, I'd say anything AI infrastructure, newer technologies that support AI inference, like that kind of stuff. So I think that is kind of the most interesting. And it's interesting in that, what I'm seeing is kind of like smaller cap stocks elevated in things like long-term upside, shorter-term option sentiment in ways that I haven't seen before. So I think that's the interesting trend overall. And then, yeah, obviously where QQQ and SPY net option sentiment were bearish a few weeks ago, they've gone back to very bullish levels. So I mean, I think what we're seeing this week, and in this political climate, things can change quickly. But I think what we're seeing this week is people are expecting a very positive trade news, positive interest rate news, and in like a banner earnings season. I think that's kind of the feel of the market now and what our signals are reflecting.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy time. So we do have the Mag 7. Most of them report this week. Do you often see a lot of movement in the app on signals and direction going into earnings around those?
The Max 7, I wouldn't say tons, right? I think the Mag 7 tend to move slower in a lot of our key signals. You will see, like, there's been a few times when I've seen, 5-10 point increases in something like net option sentiment going in, and I view that as a very positive signal. And then certainly if there is a big move, I would read into that a lot, but I don't typically see the big ones. Like, I would actually say, like, it's a level down from the Mag 7 stocks where I've gotten some good signaling, whether it be like, AppLovin that I mentioned earlier. We're seeing that on a nice run prior to earnings. I've seen it happen with Palantir before. I'd say that those are, more the stocks to look out for. I mean, unless you do see that big move one way or the other, I think you do have to take that very seriously. But I wouldn't expect it. I would look more for the movement around like stocks, like maybe, large cap, not mega.
So AppLovin right now, you've mentioned it a couple times, and I actually pulled it up because I think that the setup looks really good on it. And I can see why you said it hit your moving average setup, right? Because it bounced off the 50-day and it crossed back up above the 21 SMA. And so nice setup right there. It doesn't show up right now as a short-term, bull or a long-term bull pick on my dashboard. So is this kind of something that more so people would be getting once they invest in that trade alerts package? How do you kind of see the things differentiated?
Yeah, so I mean that it was sent out as an alert, and that's kind of like it highlights the difference. Like in our traditional signals, it's not on either of those lists because short term emphasizes net options and social sentiment, and AppLovin doesn't have a high enough social sentiment to get in the short term pick. And then long term, it's upside, downside, and profitability, and its upside has been a little low. From I think probably all of the concerning headlines that continue to come up from from short sellers, it seems like, but I think that's making people nervous enough in the long-term picture. So yeah, the app is much more kind of pure signal focused, and that's really where I think the trade alerts are exciting because we're basically leveraging LLMs to kind of bring out the best opportunities that then our signals, more look at the right risk control for those. So we're not just feeding in the top upside picks, we're feeding in the top upside picks that have enough validation from our signals, right? So like the LLMs loved AppLovin, and then the way that our signals looked at it was like they're good enough that we think the confluence is there, but that's going to be different in our app, but just looking at pure signals that's not really dipping into that LLM system on a daily basis.
For sure. Were you guys able to see my screen when I shared it there?
Yes.
Yeah. I turned it on for you.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah. So I was just showing a couple things there. Question for you, because I know that I don't think most of them show up, but ETFs, where does that kind of like fit into the picture for you?
So we do have a decent number of ETFs now. The big challenge, and we're working on our ticker coverage. The big challenge is, for something like profitability and growth, we obviously are not going to have profitability on an ETF. So what we have to do is we have to average all the constituents. But basically, if we don't have a greater than 80% population of the constituents, we don't produce the ETF, because we don't want to be producing numbers on something that we don't think we have a large enough coverage of. So we will on, that's one of the things, and I say it on our live stream, I'll say it here. People do give us a lot of things that they want. Expanding our ticker coverage to also expand our ETF coverage is one of the things, but a lot of that's going to depend on how the fundraise goes. So if you have a list of features that you want to see, the best thing you can do, a lot of people ask us for custom screeners. The best thing you can do is invest tell other people about us, because our roadmap and how much of it we do will be very dependent. Like right now, we're very focused on alerts and then building out our web app, and then also a Discord where people can interact, paid Discord where people can interact with our LLMs a lot more. So a lot of these things we'd love to get to, and we'd love to get to higher numbers, but that's up in the air right now. But if you want to see that, now's the time to make your difference on that.
Yeah, 100%. And reminder, if anybody's just tuning in, talking here about Prospero.ai, just a couple of days left to invest. This is private investment. It's through republic.com. You can check it out, republic.com/Prospero. We have a link. Also, Jordan, do we have that link pinned?
I do have it pinned in chat. I'll just throw it in chat again, just in case anybody missed it. But yeah, that is pinned.
That'd be perfect. Yeah, some good comments here as well that I see coming in. Chas Desk said that they have Prospero installed. They need to understand how to use it to trade, which I feel like is a big piece. What's your guys' educational strategy within there?
So, I mean, you can use the learn section and see what the signals are. I mean, other than that, like I really just think the easiest thing to do is follow net option sentiment. Check it out. Look at the time series graph in the app. See the raw value, see the directionality of it. Like generally above 80 is good for a long, below, I would say even 30 is good for a short. But the direction also really matters. Like, what we kind of advise people on that option sentiment is, if you get in a long and it's about, net options is 20%, 15 or 20% below where you started, or the high, you might want to consider exiting. But, I would say that's the most useful. But then also, I think a lot of it is risk control. I mean, also you should look at QQQ and SPY and option sentiment. I have traders that just want to get whether they're trading those or using it for market direction, market mood. I think that's really good. But I think a lot of the where it really shines is a checkup on a stock overall, as well as some of the things I'm pointing to, like just looking at the dark pool rating or the short pressure for like a risk checkup. I even think what's really useful to me in terms of what I kind of say is like all things equal, if I have a similar setup for a few different trades, like I would maybe default to the one that has higher upside or higher profitability plus growth. It's a really easy way to just be like, okay, I'm looking at a few different trades. Maybe I just get into the one that's got the healthiest long-term to, de-risk that short-term picture. But yeah, I would say net option sentiment is your friend on SPY, QQQ, and the stock that you're looking at. Even if you're just checking those numbers, looking at the time series before your entries and exits, I would be really surprised if you came back and said, this doesn't make me better.
Yeah, let me see if I did this for one of our other live streams, and it, I think, was helpful for people to actually see these things a little bit more in depth. So I'm going to see if I can set this up once more.
I know too, the live stream we did last week with EMP as well. People can maybe refer back to that after the stream is over as well. We did a whole rundown and deep dive on how we're using the app and using actual screenshots of the app, because I know it's a mobile app, so you guys can't really see what we're talking about. But we did a little bit of a deep dive last week, so definitely go check that last stream as well.
Well, let me try this.
You got some screenshots, Gav, probably?
No,
Here,
check this.
Let me add your... Oh, look at this.
So this isn't a screenshot. This is the app.
Beautiful. I didn't know you could do this. This is awesome.
Yeah, so Apple has, I guess, some ways where you can screen share your phone. So for people that were kind of asking, so Google and Hood are perfect because those are two that I'm super bullish on right now and have been keeping my eyes on. Hood, I think, is a good one because it's had such a run, especially. So there's just a lot of people that have questions about this and, how much farther it could go. And so I think that looking at this, probably some of the things that you just said, maybe, George, you can outline, because you were saying anything over an 80, right?
Yeah. anything over an 80 is viewed as a bullish score. But the directionality matters. Like one thing that I always remind people of is like I'd rather a stock that at 85 net option sentiment that was at a 75 yesterday than a stock at 90 net option sentiment that was at 98 yesterday. So like that directionality is super important. And then the other thing is like, it depends on like the sector or market cap. Like, lower market caps are going to run lower in our signals because some of what we do is just looking at the raw dollars behind something. So like a lot of signals, the relative value matters. But like, yeah, I really think there's a lot I could say in terms of like individual, like I know the levels really well and that really helps me. And that's kind of the best thing I can tell you on that thing. Like I have people like we've been in ASTS for a while and I have people that is just like, I know the second ASTS goes above 80 net option sentiment, it's time to buy. And there was like a few weeks ago after it had gone on its like ridiculous run that we sent it out as a trade alert, even though it had already been going up like crazy, it crossed into 90, which I had never seen it before. And I said, okay, we're gonna, this is gonna be a trade alert, even though it's run a lot. So yeah, I would say that the levels, you can look at those time series graphs that you're pointing to. They're really important, but like any number, any signal, like I think some people expect AI to be magic, right? But it's not magic. We've tried to simplify this as much as possible, but at the end of the day, you can't just glance at some number one time and it to be useful to you. Like we've done a lot to do that, but you're going to really get your gains when you're checking things, 3-4 times a week, understanding the levels on it. Then on longer time scales, you absolutely will be able to do that kind of thing where you're just like, oh, net options at like, 70, if it crosses, 78, that's a really good number. Like, a really good example is I've actually gotten in and out of Tesla a few times this year really well because it's been, bearish at the low 70s and bullish above 90. And I've gotten in, I've gotten some wins. I've saw it go back to those levels and gotten out. So I'd say like that, especially as a trader, is a really good way to look at things. You get to know the patterns, and then it can actually be very easy to execute on it once you get to know the patterns.
I fully agree, George. And like on Hood specifically, I actually got long Hood last week, and I didn't have it on really any of the signals yet. But for me, I'll use it as kind of an extra confirmation signal to maybe hold some longer, right? Or to maybe just stay in a position a little bit longer than I maybe planned to, because net option sentiment kicked up. Things are looking better than I initially thought, and maybe institutions and hedge funds know something that I don't, right? So let's let AI, maybe let these runners go, and I'll trust Prospero on those, right? So just little different ways to use it as well. I'll use it a lot of the time to get out of positions, like you said too, that net option sentiment when it drops off after a stock's been really strong, and it's been strong on the net option sentiment, that starts dropping into the 75s and 70s. That starts to worry me a bit. That might tell me to get out of a position, right? So a lot of different ways to use this. And on QQQ, I love this, the net option sentiment. That's where you can see it drop to 0 as well that day. I don't know if that was specific to that day, but it did drop to 0. When was that? 22nd?
22nd, 23rd?
No, yeah. I don't think I see it on here. Like you see it, like that's kind of the beginning of the draft, like the graph right there. But it's like, it was more than 2 weeks ago, and the graph's only 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but that's where you can see all that. That's like the clearest representation of.
But you can even see net option sentiment. Yeah, low here, but then you can see net option sentiment. I mean, flew back up. It's only up to 35, but it climbed out of that bearish zone, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, I mean, what I was kind of looking at, and just like simple ways that people can use it on Hood, like you talked about being above, and you could just see like it's this climb, right? It caught at 87, so it never went underneath 80. It got all the way back up. Now it says it's ranking in at a 98 at this point, which means it's just continuing to climb, and so that just gives me bullishness, right? More so than something like Tesla kind of had been choppy throughout here, but this just seems to be more clear that it's just moving back up. Does that
we
make
lost
sense?
you for a second, George, but we got you. He got
Yeah.
dropped for a second, but we got him
I
back.
can show the QQQ. Like, can I share?
Yeah. If you share your
yeah.
screen, I can throw it up.
Go ahead.
So this was the cool pattern that this is
So-
about as big as you can ever expect.
Jordan, is that the first time you've seen the phone screen share of the app?
I didn't know we could do that. That's so helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you can see
It's very
right
nice.
here, it was kind of even the day before it touched into the bull zone. And then here you just see it drop before this drops. You know, pretty much as clear of a signal you ever, and just completely bottoms out.
Well, for
before
anybody that
this happens.
remembers, we were on stream. It was me and George on stream the day before. We were talking about it. He's like, I'm a little worried going into the rest of this week because we just had this drop to 0 today, and I don't know. I remember asking you. I'm like, well, are we expecting like a move soon? He's like, tomorrow or maybe like the next day. I'm expecting a big drop, right? And here we go. We get the drop happening literally the next day. Which, of course, can we perfectly time that? No. But seeing this, you know that something like that might be coming, especially when, George, you mentioned it's not just when it drops to 0, but when it goes from 30 or 40 to 0 that quick. That's something drastic that you want to take advantage of, right?
Yeah, you can even see on this graph, it's got the climbs, the peaks and valleys are way slower. There's not another drop like anywhere close to this up or down. It's a little choppier, but yeah, that's about as clear of a signal as you can get.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Yeah,
Gabby,
that was
do you
great.
have any other pieces?
M put in their comment. He said, interacting with the LLM got me super excited for the future of Prospero. Could you just talk a little bit more to that and where people can interact and what they should be using that for?
Yeah, so we kind of think of our products in like these different levels in terms of how hard they are to use and like kind of like the level of like enthusiasm that people might have for what we're doing, and so we had this idea. One of our big things about interacting with the LLMs and why we even put them with our signals, that's what Trade Alert's all about, is we're nervous. We don't really like, as I mentioned, how LLMs do risk control, right? And some of them you'll ask a question like, what's the best options contract to use? And it'll just give that out without knowing what your experience is. And we don't want to release that kind of tech, which is why when we do expose our LLM technology, we're going to do it as kind of our most expensive product on a paid Discord. So we're getting like the most experienced people using it at first. But that's going to be like the first, that's really cool because you're going to have like a graph search of Prospero signals and being able to add keywords. So the type of things you'll be able to do is be like, ask for like, what accelerated computing stock has the highest net option sentiment plus upside? And you could even be like, that has like less than a $4 million market cap. So like, that'll be a cool way to not only interact with, LLMs in a traditional way, but have it search not only the internet, but the Prospero signals in conjunction with that.
Got it. That makes sense. Yeah, I see a couple others have mentioned that in the past beforehand as well. Jordan, is that something that we can pull up on screen?
Let me see.
Or maybe George, if you want to screen share it, just kind of like show people how they'd utilize and just walk through it a little bit more.
No, that's not. I mean,
Okay.
we don't have that right
Got
now.
it. Got it. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, that's just it's like a
question.
pure,
Question for you. This is just bringing it back to the raise. So you've got 3 days left. What's next? Like, what's the next steps after this? Like, where's people's money going towards? Like, what are the next plans, the growth, all that stuff?
I mean, we're really excited about the Trade Alerts product. So a lot of what we're doing after that is, going to be, releasing that, getting, we've got some event tracking stuff we're getting online. We're going to gather all the data from that. We also have like for, I've mentioned this before, for the people that have invested $1,000 or more, we're going to have a product summit where they help us set our roadmap. So some of that is up in the air and we're actually going to be taking feedback. But I would say our main focus is going to be launching the alerts, but also having our marketing strategy in conjunction with the alerts, because it's going to be our highest value product. It's going to be $50 a month. So what we're going to get much more involved in, we're going to start running our first ads. We're going to pursue a retargeting strategy to get as many people using the alerts as possible.
Got it. And then what does this look like in a year from now?
In a year, I mean, I think we'll have, we're going to have, probably the web app launched, the Discord that I mentioned launched, the paid Discord that has that LLM interaction. Then I also think we're going to have something called Prospero Plus released. That's like $10 a month. That's going to have like our smart price targets. It's going to have momentum score available for stocks. That probably won't be too far behind trade alerts. But yeah, it's just those 4 things are going to be a lot for us to do.
I love what Em said here. Amazing that one trade can pay for a month of alert service. Can't wait. It's so true. So true. Love to see it. And Amp actually took a lot of his profits that he made from one of the trades that Prospero kind of gave him confidence on. What was that? Was it BBAI? One of those? I forget if it was that name, or maybe Amp, you're in the chat. You can double check for me. But that was a killer play. And I know he took that majority just from what the signals were telling him on Prospero. So amazing stuff. Oh, it was Baidu. That's what it was. My bad. Not BBAI. Baidu. That was an extraordinary move. So yeah, beautiful. And then he took those profits, put them right into the Prospero investment. So love to see it.
Very nice. Jordan, you got any thoughts or questions you want to throw into the mix here?
No other pieces from me. I guess just I want to continue to see these trade alerts get built out and just see where those go, because I feel like those help the audience even more. Like, we've been able to look at the signals in the past and, put those together with the strategies we have, but to have an actual like signal and plan from Prospero, I think just changes the game even more. So just amazing stuff there. And I just want to reiterate for the audience. I mean, you guys are, majority of you guys are using this every day. I'm pretty much using this every day, as well as Amp and a lot of the panelists we have. I mean, take advantage. These guys, these investments do not come across our table every day. Unfortunately, I wish they did, but they don't, right? And there's 3 days left, and you guys can get in for, I mean, literally cheaper than some of the option contracts you guys are trading. You can invest in this company. So I'm just like, it's a no-brainer for me. You guys are using this tool all the time. Put yourself in a position where you can maybe make some bigger money in the future and get some access to some great alerts that are helping you make some money in the short term here. So that's my thoughts there.
Yeah, pull it up for a second here. I'll just show people that screen. Yeah, so just encourage people to go ahead and do it. You can see I put my 2.5 in. You don't have to put in that much. You could do less. I wanted to hit certain, perks and pieces like that, which were offered. And you can see check, committed, real screen share, put my money where my mouth is. You can see the different pieces here, the video, some of those items. I think that these are really key. Again, the reviews only can come from people who actually put investments in. So I think that is pretty key here. You also have a lot of updates that have been coming in, and then the discussion parts, which are cool. So you can have the back and forth, and you can see that George has been answering these. So these are great as well. So if you do have questions, you can go ahead and throw them in for the discussion area, which I think goes a long way. And then there's just a bunch of details. So I encourage everybody, if you're going to make an investment, you go ahead and do your actual research. So over here, you can see the documents. You can see the actual safe over here, right? That's been put together. And so this is the simple agreement for future equity, right? And so you can see all the legal and all those details here throughout. So I encourage you to actually do the research, read through the documents, take a look at what's been listed with the SEC. You can go through some of the growth trajectory pieces, which we were just talking a little bit right now about, what's it going to look like in 2026? What's it going to look like in 2027? Some of those different items along those lines. If you want to compare this across the board, you've got a variety of different items here that you can compare it to. Some of the generative AI pieces as well, which have become a big part of this. Some more metrics and stats. So I think this is all just really helpful stuff. Obviously, team governance is super important. Much more important as well in private investments, just because you don't have some of the public market pieces necessarily, or other shareholders. You're really relying on that team, so you want to make sure that you know who you're investing in, and then you could just go through some of the summary down here, right? And so I just encourage look through this, actually read the pieces, understand what they're talking about, understand the financials, the risks, right? All those different items. Private investing obviously is risky, right? A lot of startups have risk to them, but that's also where the reward typically comes in, risk to reward ratio in these areas. So again, I agree with what Jordan's saying. Like, we're not talking about anybody putting like life savings in, things like that, right? Here, maybe this is a paycheck for a month for you or something along those lines. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's for a day. Maybe it's what you make in a day as trading. It's just something that to me, I was like, hey, this is very interesting. I've used it for a long time. I've seen too much from the app to not believe in it, right? Like, it's just shown me too many times where it's been correct over and over and over. And it just gives me a lot of confidence in some of my picks. So, Hood, pretty cool to see Hood and Google at the top of that screen, right? Two big areas for me. Hood is one of my probably top two or three single stock positions. Also, for anybody that's checked out, like, I have that crypto bull that I run. I don't know if you've seen it, George. I do it on autopilot where people can kind of like copy trade me. And Hood is my number one position inside there. It's over 25% of that portfolio. So it's always very nice when I look at that and I'm like, hey, we've got a great net option sentiment here, right? And people are looking very favorably upon this. In fact, I probably should look at Coinbase for a second, since that's
been doing good. Yeah.
Coinbase is looking good. Yeah.
What can you do on crypto?
I mean, crypto is tough. Like, we've looked at modeling that, but basically because, we're so like the options markets are our emphasis, and like the crypto leverage is disparate. It's pretty non-transparent. There's still a lot of like off-book transactions. So longer term, we do want to do crypto, but we just can't use any of the same systems that we use, especially on the option side.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let me actually pull this up for a second, because we just had that big move on Coinbase in the last day or two, and this is even like a much more perfect. This is like a pretty perfect example of what I think people can be looking for when it comes to Prospero. So I'll show two things. So one, this is coin right here, and I'm specifically looking at this move right here. So you had falling, right? And we fell here, what, about 22% in about 2 weeks. And then you just have this snapback rebound right here, and you move up 20% in 5 days, right? And so obviously it's not all the way back to where it was. You have to go up more than 20% to reclaim a 20% down move. But pretty cool to see. So it's like, all right, well, who could have seen that coming? I would say that the net option sentiment did see that coming. So just as an example right here, let's pull this up. You can see Coinbase right here, and look at this. So net options was down. We're having that move, and the net options is like not falling for it. We don't think it's gonna drop that hard, right? And net option just stays all the way up here, basically at 100. It's at 100, and then look at the move on Coinbase. It just magnetizes back to that line. Maybe you can give a little bit more color to this, George, but that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of different kinds of moves on this, but like, yeah, like we're talking about like some of this time series stuff, and yeah, there's nothing better than like a signal rising in front of price is nice, but something just like hovering, it looks like between like 95 and 100, that's pretty clear that, as you said, especially if the price is going down and that net option sentiment stays up there, whether you're just holding your position because it looks like the options markets haven't really changed, or you decide to buy the dip, depending on how much, your level of conviction. Obviously, Prospero's net option sentiment had a lot of conviction, but it's nice because, I think that's the big thing that a lot of people report, where it's just like, it helps you. It's a different source, a different piece of information than you're getting, and it helps you tune out a lot of that noise where you might say, hey, the price is going down. Maybe the people selling it know something I don't. Then when you could take a look at the options markets, you could be like, no, like maybe some people are shorting it. Maybe some people are taking profits, hitting stop losses, whatever it may be. But the people in the know are keeping their options bets up there.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. The option chain, is it where you would say, like, I mean, obviously you have dark pools, but like most of the big players, like institutional, play on the option chain versus commons?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing too, especially net option sentiment, is less than 6 months to expiration. So like that's where, you can buy or sell shares to like sell an idea, pretty easily, especially like there's plenty of places that short stocks as they buy options. Like that's actually pretty common with institutions and like when they're playing meme stocks. So you never really know, but there's always truth in short-term options because you don't like it's too expensive to mess around with those. There's too much theta decay. If you're buying them, buying puts or calls, you're really not doing that to fool someone. It's just it's way too big of a price. You really can't make up that money to fool someone. And I mean, even if you're like, oh, maybe they're selling like buying 4-month dated puts to also buy 2-week dated calls to like full, but like that's so complicated. You're still going to be losing way too much. It's like the long and the short of it is when you're spending money on options that are going to expire like relatively soon, that's what you really think.
Got it. That makes sense to me. I love how you like phrase that. You're like, these people can't mess around with these with big money. Like you just have too much risk. So if you're taking
especially short dated, like you say, you can spoof orders, 2 years out. But when you're talking about something that's 2 weeks out or a month out, it's a little more serious when you're putting big money behind it.
And that's like, that actually reminds me, like people still are just like, sometimes people are like, your numbers are here and put call ratio is there. And it's like, well, our numbers are better, right? You should trust our numbers because people could buy a bunch of long dated options and manipulate put call ratio. Like that's super easy, but that's way too expensive in the short-term options markets. And especially we're looking at like mainly options pricing. So when we're looking at like primarily like the differentiation between where calls above where the stock is trading versus puts below, right? So we're not even like, we're looking specifically like we're not looking at in the money, like in the money things where people we also see all the time, like institutions will buy deep in the money options to like manipulate it. No, we're not looking at that either. You have to be buying out of the money calls or out of the money puts. That's what we're focusing on. And yeah, you just don't do that unless you believe that the stock is moving there. It's too much risk, too expensive.
Makes sense. I saw in the chat a couple things. Your email's in the chat. If people have any questions, have you been getting a good amount of emails?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, especially around the trade alerts. There's always a lot of people. It's so funny. Like I've learned that you can never communicate it up with people. No matter how many times we're like, the trade alerts are this is the deadline to get in. I still like, that's probably my most common email these days. Like, how do I get the trade alerts? It's like, we just let in the last batch like a week ago. This is actually like more admin than I was hoping to do. We're like pretty busy right now, but we always do our best to let us in. But yeah, email me whether you want questions about the crowd fund, you just want to like figure out what products are the best for you for us. I'm always happy to give people free trials of things. Yeah, I view myself as an ambassador for the product and the signals, and I want people to understand how to use them as well as they can.
Agreed. And Jordan put that link as well for people that want to invest. You can easily find it. We've got that custom link. Make sure to use our link. That's the one in there. You see the rep.pub/Jordan-Wolf Trading. That's a good one there. There's some good comments. Hopefully for Chas Deck, this was helpful. I tried to screen share so you can see the run through, explain why the options are so powerful and why this is a great signal to look at because people can't really just mess around. Like it's people that are really serious with their money and typically might know something, one might say, one or two things more than we do with these pieces. I think this was great. We just have a few minutes left here. George, is there anything else that you want to make sure that we cover or hit on?
Yeah, I think one thing that I always like to encourage people to like read, or I'll give you kind of a short rundown. There was a really good question at the start of the crowdfund that basically asked us like how we're different than paid finance, a wealth manager. And this is not like immediately apparent in our business model. So I always want to tell people where it's just like some people are wondering like why we're not a wealth manager, why we're not a hedge fund today, like those kinds of things. And there's a really easy answer. Wealthfront, Betterment, they pay about $1,000 a user, especially early on they were paying like, we pay $1.50 per user to get them into our funnel. So, when we get into wealth management, we will, that's on our 2027, whether it be robo-advising, ETF, like all that stuff. When we get there, we're basically building a funnel of trust. So not only are we bringing people in to our funnel way cheaper to convert them to these products, we're also letting all you see how the signals are working, see how we make these newsletter picks, how often they beat the market. And if you don't know, we've beaten the market by an average of 67% the last 4 years on those newsletter picks. So by the time we roll out those products, you're going to have seen how it works, how the sausage is made. So people are going to be more inclined to trust that than some random wealth management product. You go to like most wealth management product websites, I'm pretty smart. People ask me to judge those all the time. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, they don't really say what they do. Like, they could be good, they could be bad. And by the way, you don't really know how, like, they're new. They could perform. You don't know how they perform in different markets. We've been around. People can see, we get out in front of these major, bear events. Like, so that's, if it's not making sense to you, why we would have these free products, why we're not a wealth manager yet, that's it. We really care about earning trust so we can monetize later.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense to me. I think a lot of great points. Jordan, anything else you want to wrap up with here?
No other thoughts from me. Just appreciate you coming on, George. And I know there's only a few days left, so trying to get everybody hyped up and get everybody in there. So just take advantage, guys. George is open for questions. We threw his email down there, so I mean, take advantage.
If you're still watching at this point, clearly you're very interested. We've been running here for about an hour talking about this. Exactly. I would say if you're very interested, like, why not, right? You can invest for as little as, a few $100s into something like this. I put $2,500 in, right? Maybe it's gonna be a little bit more, maybe it's less than some of what others are, but there's over $400,000 in here. Let's get to 400 unique investors. That's just 7 more people at this point. Only 3 days left. Opportunity's not going to come back. Definitely not at this valuation. So go do your due diligence now. Now's the time to start if you're going to do it. Don't wait 2-3 more days and then kind of be like, oh, this is great, and then not be able to invest.
Well, because we've seen that.
Unlikely that we're going to do another crowdfund. This is probably the only time.
There you go.
Yeah.
This was a lot of work for me.
And I bet. And I've seen it before too. Like, I know we worked with Trade Aries in the past, Gav, and I remember, after that closed up, everybody was like hitting my line saying, "Oh, can we get into this now?" It's gone. It's not coming back. So,
and also they already did a raise since then. They did a private one, so everybody that invested all year already, your investment is at a higher valuation. Mm-hmm. So
exactly.
Hopefully the same thing here.
Yep.
Very cool. 100%. Awesome. Well, George, appreciate you coming on as always. Glad we got to chat. Been a minute. Hope everything else is going well.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
All right, y'all. We'll talk soon. We'll be back on stream tomorrow afternoon. We'll be on Spaces early in the morning, but everybody enjoy the rest of the evening, and we'll be back bright and early in the morning for some more live trading. So enjoy. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing on the channel. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.
Take care.